good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are here again at the Emerald Dragon on Monday night playing Settlers of Catan.
Wait, no, we're not.
Oh, that's next week. Oh, we're
I
playing.
build a city.
I swear, if you build a city, I will be so upset.
Does anybody want my sheep?
Still no.
Wait, but Paul, what are you building this city on?
Rock.
And?
Wheat.
And
It's the perfect city. It produces more cities.
but no roads. Amateur hour.
All right. Well, we are going to build a city tonight in the port city of Nyanzaru. Nyanzaru, tomato. Tomb of Annihilation, D&D. We're playing it. We're getting in it. We're going to get rowdy and wild. Paul's mic's going to clip. My mic's going to clip. Alex is going to push his push to talk button, and we're all going to hear it the whole sesh. It's about to go down, people.
Push to talk is live.
So, without further ado, just a quick introduction. We got Alex, Kaylie, Paul being the Dungeon Master, and Luke, and me, Brad. And I am going to stop the banter and hand it over to Paul right now. Please, take it away, Paul.
All right. Well, it's been a while. It's been a month since we last played Tomb of Annihilation, and what an epic last session that we left off on. You guys were in Kirsabal, a giant four-armed gargoyle, which is outside the monster manual, only in the Tomb of Annihilation module, came in and attacked you guys. And Garathor at the last minute putting out an immovable rod, and the gargoyle slams its head and is stopped immediately after destroying some of the Kirsabal temple. But yes, you guys fought off this amazing, huge, menacing four-armed gargoyle, while Iranae and Alex shot off arrows and summoned animals and were taking down this army of gargoyles that were attacking. But eventually, you guys were victorious. There also was some love interests that took place, perhaps, and some other exciting things. But you found yourselves on a quest to go to Nangalore to achieve a rare black orchid, which would allow your party, according to Ashara, to fly to Omu, which sounds very appealing to you guys, especially because you're in a hurry, some of you especially. And you found yourselves on the way to Nangalore. You made your way through the jungle. You encountered one of these hideous zombie gorillons, which once again somehow you avoided through trickery and spells. But I still swear as a DM, you are going to fight one of those by the end of this campaign, because I really want to play one of those. However you avoid it.
As your players, we counterswear we will do everything in our power to not fight one of those.
I doubt our ability to sneak when we're not supposed to be able to.
I cast all my 5th level spells to avoid this encounter. Yes. However, you eventually got closer and closer to where you knew was the point in Nangalore, and all of a sudden you found yourselves in the middle of a crazy lightning storm. You struggled amongst all your packs to get out a Liamin's tiny hut scroll, but not knowing who had it amongst you, you were digging through your packs, and all of a sudden a lightning bolt just struck in the middle of your party, knocking 3 of you unconscious, Garathor being the only one struggling to find this spell. And once again, another lightning bolt struck, and all of you were unconscious. Amidst your unconsciousness, you all had really terrible and crazy, some of you crazy dreams, and didn't know quite what to make of it. But as you awoke several moments later, you found yourselves in a beautiful realm of hanging gardens, which you can only assume is Nangalore. And with that, what would you guys like to do?
Doesn't this place kind of remind you of the Grung village, guys?
I guess.
I mean, come on, there's water, there's statues.
Seems a lot bigger than the Grung village. A lot
of
bigger.
places have water and statues.
Maybe you've been to more places than I have.
I mean, boat.
I think that's accurate, yeah.
Back
Yeah.
in Jonestown, we didn't have any water or statues.
I mean, we had like a river nearby. But
Yeah, and then Dad instructed the orcs to dig a well.
Are we really going to be talking about this right now? Or do you think we should try to go find this thing?
Dad's in danger. We should
Right.
definitely try to figure this out. I would like to see investigate the water to see if I can see if these crocodiles I can see on the map are real or not.
Not the metagame, but
not the metagame.
There's crocodiles on the map.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but they're not tokens. They're just like drawn.
They're drawn onto it.
Well, yes. You can make an investigation roll. For some reason, can someone go on YouTube and try to find the Nangalore music that I pulled up last time? It's not coming up for me. Catacombs. Oh, wait. Here's Tomb of Annihilation.
Are you on our good friend at SwordCoastSoundscapes?
I am.
Who does not know us, but we appreciate everything they do.
They say if you make a shout out in your channel that you are okay to use it.
I know, and I put it in our description.
We got the shout outs. I got that on the YouTube description.
And here you guys go for a Nangalore soundtrack if you would like some ambiance.
Would you maybe call it Nangalorian?
Oh no.
Hey.
All right, Garathor. First, that was your roll. Investigation. Critical one. I was not paying attention. So, you are looking for crocodiles or other various creatures within the water, and you don't see shit.
I would like to throw a rock. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say. In fact, you're not even sure if this is water. Like, it is a dream world that you're kind of in, and you're actually not sure if it is a dream or a reality based on how you got here. It's very weird and strange, and you're still kind of waking up. And yeah, you're not quite sure if this is even water that you're looking at.
I would like to throw some rocks into the water to see if I can tell the depth based on the kablump.
For sure.
Can you describe exactly what we're seeing too from this vantage point that we woke up?
I can. I will refresh you because I did read it right at the end of last session, but that was a while ago.
Yeah, I feel like I was in that dream world for weeks.
A month? Yeah.
Maybe a month. Maybe Garathor would remember.
So, all right. So you guys wake up on this little island. Behind you seems like a similar jungle that you came from, but with a very heavy mist. In front of you, a fantastic edifice rises out of the jungle. So it's the tallest structure within this compound that you see. A hanging garden of exotic beauty. Water streams down the steps between two massive elephant carvings, which you can see on the map right in front of you. Beyond them, a broad flooded avenue runs arrow straight for more than 100 feet before ending at the carving of a Tyrannosaurus Rex face, which you can also see on the map I've illuminated. Water pours from the Tyrannosaurus's jaws and flows the length of the concourse to drain down into the steps in front of you. 5-foot-high terraces flank the boulevard, which you currently cannot see based on how far below you are from them. Low archways, 3 on each side, and this is also visible, are built into the terrace walls down the middle stream. These archways are in various stages of collapse, as are the tunnels beyond them. Beautifully carved, larger-than-life stone faces are mounted between the arches. A wild profusion of plants grows on the upper terraces, so this is kind of what you can barely see on those upper terraces that are currently blocked out. To the north, a dilapidated brick dome rises above the Tyrannosaurus head waterspout. Smaller, similar dome shapes surmount the highest terraces to your left and right, which I have also illuminated. And that is your current perspective. I would be happy to fill you in on any more specifics.
Can I see any black orchids?
Make a perception check.
I'd love to.
Well,
Yep,
that is
time
a
to go.
great roll. And you don't see any black orchids, unfortunately. Looking around with that perception check as Ignatius peers with his keen eyes, you do notice that on the right, the statue and the dome with the statue on top, it seems like there's some ankles and feet, and it seems completely collapsed. On the left, you see some kind of a webbing, slick material that seems to encapsulate both the dome and the statue, which is not damaged, on top of it.
You're talking right here, right?
I am talking right there.
Okay. So that substance or whatever is on either side of the statue. It's also going over some other things too.
Yeah. Whatever you can't see below it,
Okay.
because both those platforms are 20 feet above you.
Okay. It looks like web, you said?
Web or some kind of a slick material.
Okay.
Also, based on your perception score, you can tell the flowing of water down out of the Tyrannosaurus Rex head. It seems like you can walk in that. It seems walkable. It's not too fast.
Okay. And how about the surrounding stream? Is it moving quickly
It's still.
with the current?
Yeah.
Oh, it's still.
Not completely still. It's slightly flowing. With that perception check, actually, it seems like perhaps a river tributary that might be nearby, one of the major rivers that you might have been on before, has actually encapsulated this. It seems like it's a steady river flow.
And how about the alligators or crocodiles?
You did get a very good perception roll, but you don't see any crocodiles. What is that? It's like
There's
the
3
tiniest.
of them right there. What do you mean? No, I'm just kidding.
It's the tiniest little crocodile.
I don't know, like they're 15 feet long.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Whoever drew this map.
I guess. Well, I don't see any black orchids. I guess we might have to go in further and investigate.
Yeah. Is everyone all right?
I feel fine. I'm a little confused, but you know.
Garathor, do me a
Day of life.
favor. Just give me a slap. Just clear
I
my
will
head a
try my
little bit.
best to slap him without causing damage.
Okay.
Oh, actually, you don't want me to do
How
that.
hard do you rage when you do it?
On a scale of 1 to 10, a solid 6.
Okay. Yeah. Well, roll a d20 just to see the how much.
No.
Roll a d20 to see how much he feels it. Yeah,
I think he
that's a
feels it.
solid slap to the face, and that's gonna leave a little red 5 fingers right on you there, Iranae.
Iranae, how do you feel?
More awake now?
Felt real, huh? Felt real in my hand too.
Yeah, very. Let's do this.
Wait, does anyone remember how we got here exactly?
Thunderbolts and lightning. It was very, very
Yeah, it's
frightening.
frightening.
I pulled a scroll, and then I exploded, and then I woke up.
Okay.
Yeah, the last thing I remember is sinking down into the mud.
And I don't know about you all, but I had a weird dream. Did
What'd you
anybody
dream about?
else? Ah, you remember that hag that I mentioned that took my mum and Nanny Poo Poo's hat?
Yes, the one that we keep talking about. I do remember.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. She was just fucking taunting me. She threatened to feed my mother's soul to her child. I don't know. Tried to hit her with my staff and I totally fucking missed.
I'm gonna be honest, you probably should have tried to cast a spell instead of whacking it.
Yeah, I should have, but I was very, very, very upset.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Mm-hmm. I kind of wanted to feel her bleed under my hands, you know? I don't get that feeling that often, but when I do...
Are you... Is Garathor rubbing off on you?
What?
In the end, I am also a half-orc, so I might have a cheery disposition, but... I have my own tendency to rage, I guess. I don't know. I've never have. I could try. Can I try to rage?
Yeah.
I'd be happy to watch.
Roll an athletics check. I'll say if you roll a natural 20, we'll see what happens.
Ooh, let's see if my character sheet's working. It's loaded. Oh.
All right. Well, your eyes start to bulge, and you see the red lines form in your eyes, and they get and you let out a battle cry, and you felt like you raged pretty hard.
I walk over.
Yeah.
I give her a good old pat on the back. Like, nice try. I could see it. That was a good effort.
I'll keep trying. I'll keep trying. I feel like it's a good idea to be able to do this now. But yeah.
Should we? I think this is pretty safe. A pretty safe bet, Alex. But just want to get a group vote here. Do we need to add this hag to the list of people we're gonna kill?
I forgot about that.
Is it okay if I cast my vote as yes, we can kill her after we figure out the death curse?
Well, whenever we have an opportunity, Garathor, we're not gonna, put it in one category or the other.
Well, we saved one of her parents, but we haven't saved any of ours yet. So, I think it'd be fair if we try to do the death curse, and then we can hunt a hag.
I don't know. She might be related to the death curse somehow. Right before the curse fell is when she told us to enjoy the fireworks.
Garathor, surely nothing in Dad's books suggested, like, when you have an opportunity to kill one of the people you hate, but you also have another important quest, you should just, like, disregard the opportunity to go on the quest and then come back and do it later, right?
Not like I've been able to make any decisions on this whole quest yet anyways, so...
Is that what this is about, Garathor?
Can we find this fucking orchid?
Do you miss your cursed act?
Can we find this fucking orchid?
I am with with Garathor on this one. Perhaps we walk and talk. Garathor, you said that your father's situation is deteriorating?
Yes, we've got, a few weeks. It's not good. We must move. I enjoy our talking, but not when there's not beer, and not when we're not at the Krusty Dragon. We need to move.
Fine point, Garathor. Yes. Well, into the gardens then?
I would like to throw a rock into the water to see how deep it is.
Okay. You throw a rock in. You find one on the shore. Bloom. It lands. It is a little bit murky, about 5 feet down. But you see it sink. It's 5 feet. And you kind of can barely make it out for the other, 3 or 4, and then it loses sight.
Do we still have our boat on us? Guys, do we have our boat? Who's got our boat?
I would assume that'd be the captain.
Captain, I think we need to sail to those steps over there. I say grung while it's in her hand.
Alex, make an acrobatics check just for shit.
Oh no!
Because Garathor did do that very intentionally. All right. Alex finds herself beneath a boat, on shore, as she's kind of digging it out still. It's like, grung. like unfolds like a transformer.
I lift it up and like easily with one hand, and I look down. I'm like, "We'll work on your raging. We'll get you there." Because that would have been a moment. Come on. And I extend you a hand to help you out.
I'm still mad at you.
Now you're getting it. And I push the boat into the water and I jump in.
All right.
I mean, I don't know if the boat's going to go up the stairs, gentlemen.
Just over to the stairs. I can't see how
just
deep
to
this
the
is.
stairs.
I'm very short.
You can
Alright.
ride my shoulders if you want.
You guys all make your way into the boat and cast offshore. Use the oars, as you've done many times, except down way worse rivers and waterfalls, which you've gone off in this year boat. So making this small trek is not too difficult. You guys make your way about halfway across, and I need all of you to make perception checks. All right.
Yeah, suck on that, Ignatius.
Oh shit! Okay.
On a D100?
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
I guess yeah. Well, what I said in my head was that. So, Iranae, you guys get about halfway across, and indeed, like the artist has depicted, you see a giant 15-foot shadow slink under the boat and come out on the other side.
Guys, did you see that?
See what?
Well,
That pointing.
Can I see it now that he points it out?
You guys barely see the shadow as it kind of disappears.
do you want me to try talking to it? See if it's
Please.
friendly?
Please?
Yeah,
Alright.
let's get to the other side too and away from it if we can, real quickly while we do that.
All right, who's rowing right now?
Garathor. I'm the fastest rower,
Garathor,
obviously.
make an athletics check. Perfect. Okay. Do you say anything, Alex?
I think as we're rowing, I'm just yelling into the water, "We come in peace. We're not here to fuck anything up. I promised you."
Okay.
Whatever alligator
You guys
noises
are sailing, and you do make it to the waterfall area. So I'll move your tokens here. And you're still in the boat. But right as you make it there, you start to feel the boat like something is kind of chomping at the bottom of it, and you hear kind of this splintering of wood.
And we're out of the boat now?
You're right, you just hit the side of it.
Off the boat! Off the boat! Off the boat!
Okay. I grab the tail end of the boat after everyone's off, and I say, "Frog."
All
Is
right.
it frog or grog? It's been a while.
It's frog.
Frog.
Thank you.
All right, the boat folds up very quickly, and just in time, you see a giant 15-foot kind of the like spines of the alligator tail just like go below the surface. Your feet are in about 3 feet of water still. It's probably a little bit unsettling, but you would assume that you would be able to see something, a creature that big. But yeah, you're not quite sure if you're out of the water, the woods from that quite yet. But yes,
We are up the stairs or whatever at this point, correct?
Yeah, you guys just jumped off. You're on the stairs, and you made it into the corridor.
So we're like waist deep in water, but we're...
It depends on how tall you are. It's about 3 feet, 2 or 3 feet.
Yeah, I'm 5'1", so
I'm like 5'4".
So you guys are waist deep.
I'll take Iranae and I'll put her on my shoulders.
hell yeah.
I just look at Garathor and I'm like, "Sorry, I think you're too heavy, dear."
It's alright. and I just like walk really fast through the water, even though it's up to my nipples. just with my extremely luxuriously toned thighs and calves.
You're at about half speed in this. It is definitely difficult terrain. So you guys are walking forward.
Paul, the banks on either side, are they raised up
10 feet.
10 feet high? Okay.
So you can't see above them.
Okay.
What if I were to throw one of you guys up there to get a vantage point? Because I see these hallways up ahead, and they seem scary.
Do you want to hand me the immovable rod, Garathor? Throw me up, and I'll click it and swing over to the ledge?
Like
I could also
a
just
look
turn
of
into a
shock
monkey
kind of
and
comes
climb
over my
up.
face, and I'm like, if you lose this, I will fuck you up. And I hand him my immovable rod, and I have him climb up against the wall with my hands underneath of his feet, and we do a 3, 2, 1, and I shoot him up.
When Garathor passes me it, I kind of like, oh. I go, just kidding.
When he does that, I take the rope that I have it tied to myself, and I untie it, and I tie it to his waistband, and I tie it back to the immovable rod, so it will not be lost in the waters here.
Okay. That was a lot of tying really quickly, but
we've got time.
Ignatius, you are planning on getting vaulted up by Garathor, clicking the rod, and then acrobatically swinging onto the...
Yeah, I should be a matter of inches away from the ledge if things go to plan, so...
Sure, make an acrobatics check. It's not a high DC. It is literally acrobatics. All right, totally fine. Garathor, you vault him up, as maybe you've done at other times in your childhood to climb trees or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And you, Ignatius does a swing, and are you clicking the rod at the same time and taking it with you, or leaving? I suppose you would want to.
Yeah, it's tied to him. It's tied to his waistband.
Yeah, just try to get a little momentum, unclick, and then make it to the...
All right, that's a little bit more difficult, actually, of a maneuver. Not too difficult for Garathor, but a little bit more difficult for Ignatius. But with an 18, you accomplish that feat. So you click it as you have momentum and are able to swing up on this 10-foot ledge.
All right.
On this ledge, you see two very big trees, sizable trees, similar to what you've seen in the jungle. And I'll say you can see a little bit more of this statue as well. It's still covered in these, just like this slick webbing material. It seems very kind of bizarre. But, yeah, well, I'll reveal a little bit more too. So as you look to the, we'll just say it's the west, based on this map, you see some more of that. You see another tree over here, another huge sizable tree.
Are the trees cut?
They are not. That's just how the map depicts them. They are fully grown trees.
And how high would the trees go up, would you say?
Probably about 20 feet.
Okay.
They're pretty big trees. And then you can also, I'll say you can see some of the area over here as well on the eastern shore.
All right.
So yeah, you get a good look around, and honestly, as soon as you get this first kind of view of this area, your first impression is it seems very peaceful. Like you hear birds chirp. Actually, yeah, I have a little description here. Untamed overgrowth can't hide the fact that this garden is a haven for exotic plants that don't grow naturally in the surrounding jungle that you just came from. Unfamiliar flowers, towering ferns, and even stranger plants resembling giant pine cones or lily pads spread and tangle everywhere. Bright canaries flit between them, and parrots with striped beaks squawk at you.
All right. So, first order of business. Hey guys, it's pretty nice up here. I think you should get out of the river. So I'd like to tie. The immovable rod already has a rope tied to it, so I just want to click the rod and then untie the rope from my waist and drop it down so those guys can climb up the wall and join me.
I will climb first, as to get my hand on the rod firmly, and let the other people. It's like attached to me. It's like a cursed item. Is how I feel about this.
Well, if you leave, it's like
not gonna stick around for
if
long,
you leave
man.
if you leave the rod up, I would say that is a good enough contraption to just get you all up eventually. I mean, perhaps one of you falls back into the water once, but you eventually make it up the side, and you can all be in that area.
While they're climbing up, I would like to kind of take a step around. I'd like to get a really good look at this substance and try and figure out what that's all about. If I've noticed anything similar or could discern its origins.
Okay. How close are you getting to take your look?
I mean, it seems like it's a pretty massive amount of it, so not particularly close. I guess maybe like around right here or so.
So 25, 30 feet away?
Yeah.
Okay. Make a perception check. Nice. That's the second one. That's good. All right. Well, with that check, it seems definitely like webbing, like you would see from a spider or a giant spider that you've maybe encountered in the past, or yeah, you guys encountered like murder spiders and stuff. It seems like it'd be webbing from a spider at first, but like I was saying before, it does seem to glisten in the sun a little bit. It is sunny. It's very nice weather right now. It's like a tropical paradise almost. But this webbing seems to be a little bit slick with something, and that kind of is like, what is that slickness? That's a little bit odd.
Is there liquid dripping off it, or is it just like the gleam in the sun that gives it the slippery impression?
There's no liquid dropping off it. It's just gleaming in the sun. It seems.
I would like to address the party and be like, I want to burn it.
I don't think that's a good idea. I think we should just get what we're looking for and go. I don't really want to rage whatever lives here.
It looks like a spider, guys. I think there's a big ass spider here.
Then I really don't want to enrage that.
And with that perception check, Ignatius, at that distance, you do hear a
Oh, God! I think if this is in fact a spider web, I think someone might be trapped in there.
I'll run over with Ignatius to see if I can identify where the sound is coming from.
Yeah, I'll go 10 feet closer.
Ignatius, yeah, it seems like it's coming from up on the platform, which is an additional 10 feet higher.
Well, if we burn the web down here, we could clear up some stuff. And I guess if it was
in the web,
though,
if this is in fact a spider web, which is what we're all assuming, is it not?
Or
No.
I could turn into a giant wolf spider and walk up, and if there is someone in there, I can cut him out.
All right,
yeah.
Animal lady, go for it.
All right, Animal Lady turns into a giant wolf spider. Let me pull up the stats real fast. Sorry, that was very... And as a giant wolf spider, I would like to very carefully kind of start wandering around the web. Before I climb onto it, I'm going to try to listen for where the noise is coming from, being as stealthy as possible.
Okay. What is your you keep your intelligence as a druid? Okay, I gotta remember that. That's different than polymorph. All right. So yeah, go ahead and go with your token to where you are. You hear as you get closer and closer. It seems to actually get more intense. All of you can hear this.
I probably start, like, as a spider I have climb, so I just kind of climb up and probably go to right here and try to listen.
Okay. As you get closer and closer, it doesn't seem to be coming from either the statue or the tree trunk. It seems to be further up the ledge. So you are going to climb onto the webbing up towards the statue.
I'm gonna
Alex?
climb next to the webbing if I can, if it's unavoidable. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah. You can climb up the wall if
Okay.
you want and avoid the webbing. It's up to you.
I'll climb up the wall, avoid the webbing, try not to step on it, just kind of listen.
Okay.
Try to find him.
Is this where you're going to listen? Where your token is?
Um,
I will reveal
Yes.
the map if that is where you want to be. Okay.
Yeah.
So as you climb up this other 10-foot ledge, and none of you guys can really see this up here. And actually you can see down here, so none of you guys can necessarily see. Well, you guys are kind of close to the edge, but if you look directly to your north, there is a stairwell and another tree and kind of this weird, just little corridor. All right, so as you make your way up, avoiding the web, but kind of trying to listen, you get up the 10 feet, and it seems like this noise is coming from right here.
Cool.
And you hear it seems to get more intense.
I skitter over to here.
Before you do that,
Oh no.
I am going to move your token back.
Okay, please do.
All
I
three
lost
of you
control.
see this web, and this little tendril comes out of the web and starts to arc towards Alex. And it's not, she's pretty much next to it. So unfortunately, you guys, as you're shouting, oh my God, it touches Alex. And you see this like thing just kind of like touch her right in the back of her spider's head. Alex, I am going to need to load up your character sheet for a second here.
Immediately when I see that, I cast Sacred Flame at it.
Okay.
If you need any spider stats.
I do not.
No. Oh, good. I'm so scared right now. Please no.
Man, you guys know that feeling when you're expecting a spider and you get an octopus?
Last time this happened,
Alex.
I got kidnapped by monkeys.
I totally know that feeling. Yeah, I'm experiencing it right now.
Alex, when
Landify.
you get touched, you feel this eerie, cold feeling on the back of your head as a spider. And you start to feel this very, almost like brain freeze sensation inside your head. And your life starts to flash before your eyes. And you remember all your great memories with your mom and with your whole life being on ships. And all those memories that taught you how to navigate a ship, or lack of navigating a ship, I suppose, in some of your later adventures. But all the times that you've navigated a ship and which that experience has led you to, you feel that leave your body. And you lose your navigator skills as a shipman.
Oh, what?
Since you are a spider, but you have all your intelligence faculties, you completely realize that this has happened. And you're like, I can't. It's like Alzheimer's or Parkinson's. Or Alzheimer's. You're like, what the shit? I can't. How do I navigate a boat? Also, it's going to do some damage, and I need you all to roll initiative.
That's kind of what I was just waiting for. I was like, all right, so how far does this go before I have to roll initiative?
Right now.
Oh, God.
Do I get my Sacred
Damn it!
Flame as a bonus round?
He did say he casted it.
I mean, it was happening. Sure, why not?
I said as soon as I see it.
It's not
I'll
a
be right back
surprise
before the
round.
start.
I will just
Outside of combat.
We'll do that before we go to the top of the round.
Sweet.
I'll be back in like 10 seconds. Give me like 10 seconds.
Well,
Just
do we
need
want to do we want to do a for like a 3-minute break before combat?
We can. So
Combat just always takes a while. Just good little pause.
well,
Rooney.
since
But,
Kaylee's
yeah.
left, 3 minutes would be fine with me. But
Trace Minutos,
Trace
Okay,
Minutos.
and then
All right,
let
we'll
Paul
be back.
organize his stuff. Yeah, perfect. All right, guys. We will
Sounds
see
good.
you in
Be
3
right back.
minutes, friends.
Well, we are back here at the Emerald Dragon. We are in a fight. It's very scary. I'm scared. Are you scared, folks?
Yes!
Fucking
never
terrified,
scared.
bud.
I lost.
Never scared.
I lost. How do I use a compass? What is a compass?
All right, take it away, Paul.
All right, I think Garathor is the only one left to roll initiative.
Oh, I was waiting for you there, brother.
Yeah, I don't have a token in the turn order.
Oh, I can see it as 18. Can you guys not see that?
I do not see
Nope.
it.
Okay. Ignatius, I can. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Like, why can't I click your token? There we go. Perfect. It's weird. It's in mine. Okay. And Garathor is at 12, and I rolled a 9. Plus 4. 13. I don't have a token for this, so I will just use... This is a stand-in token, by the way.
So I called your mother last night.
Oh, buddy. Oh no.
Nailed it!
See, that's why you got the Fool card.
Oops.
Not even mad.
Oh, buddy.
There we
I've
go.
missed you, Luke.
All
Yeah,
right.
It's been a month since you've heard your
So
mother.
Ignatius will get 2 turns in a row. Because he was already casting Sacred Flame, so that turn is set. But go ahead and roll a to hit.
You
it's-
are going to make a dex saving throw, actually, against the 15 DC.
That is a 19.
Dang it.
So your Sacred Flame, what actually happens is you're used to like hitting something that seems very stationary, but as you fire out this beam of Sacred Flame, you see the webs actually shift as if they're alive. Like they sink down as you fire at this web, and it just skyrockets over.
Okay. Well, seeing that didn't work, and knowing that my brother will be jumping in very shortly, I'm going to cast Fairy Fire and ideally make my 20-foot cube not impact Alex as the spider.
That should be totally fine.
Wait, so this is like an octopus-looking thing that is on the web?
You just saw one octopus arm, exactly, like
Okay.
a tendril, touch. But it just emerged out of this mess of webs. The webs itself look huge. I mean, they're over 50 feet of webs right now.
Right. So I need a dexterity saving throw. Hopefully this works out, guys.
Please.
Come on.
Son
19.
of a bitch. All right. Well, Ignatius just looks there and his jaw drops a little bit, and he backs up to right here.
I do want to say it's very bizarre to see how dexterous these webs are as you're firing at it. Like what it's clearly not a spider web anymore, but the whole webbing system itself seems to be alive and moving. And as
The web
shoot,
itself is moving?
the web itself is moving and dodging your blows, your shots.
I thought one tendril was sticking out of this web.
The webs are moving too.
Well,
Holy crap.
either way, let's say if you fired at the tendril moved out of the way, but also the web moved. Like,
Got it.
at this point, you see that the whole web system seems to be alive and dodging what you're shooting at it.
Ruh-roh. All right, guys. Shoot the web.
You mentioned that I took damage when he drained my memory. How much damage did I take?
Thank you for reminding me. Appreciate that as a DM.
It's important. I might not be a spider anymore.
13 psychic damage.
Alex goes back to being herself,
Alex?
and she... Can you hear me?
Yeah, how much carryover?
2.
Okay. All right. So with that, you feel that tendril in the back of your head, and you all of a sudden feel this rush of pain as you transform back into half-orc Alex from this huge, like, psychic blow within the middle of your mind. It's just a bizarre sensation. And that brings us to the creature's turn. As you turn back into Alex, down on the ground, I can point it out here, guys, on the map, right here, kind of on the roots next to the tree. You see a little bit of web form down, and all of a sudden emerges a perfect replication of Alex. And Alex holds up her hands and says, "Please, I do not wish any more bloodshed. I got what I wanted. Now leave me be." And you see Alex shrink back into the webs. And that's its turn. Garathor. That is the best reaction for a DM.
I can still see Alex standing there, where she was, where she.
There was
just
no,
turned from
there was no
spider.
confusion about what just happened. It was obviously that creature that did.
Right, no, but I
And
can
you
still
can
see
see
Alex
Alex.
standing. I can see Alex.
Yep.
Right. Alex. Or,
What?
sorry. Come back slowly.
And that's your turn. Iranae.
Yeah, and I'm going to rage though. I'm going to just
Okay.
yell that while raging.
Just mark it down.
Yep.
Iranae.
I will move to here. I will draw my...
Oh, I didn't get a move. I would like to move a little closer.
Go for it.
Sorry.
I'd like to draw my flintlock, and I will hold an attack for if I see any other aggressive movement from the creature.
Okay. Sounds good. And that brings us to Alex.
I'm gonna look at my friends and with just this look of shock and look back at where, like, turn around and try to look where it touched me and just say, "Why? What did you do? Why did you do it? Give it back."
Make a persuasion check. There is no response, but the webs recoil from you a little bit, and it draws into itself.
Yell, "Don't touch it! Just don't touch it." And I'll stay where I am.
Okay. Ignatius.
I would like to understand if it was lying to put us off or not.
Sure. Make an insight check.
Oh!
Well, this
Could
is
have been the most important insight check
Oops.
of all time.
Oh man.
Good
That's
thing
a
my
good
wisdom's
roll.
so high.
Ah. What am I doing wrong?
Even with the nat 20 though, bro, like that could potentially like.
Slash. What's the command?
Slash roll space.
If you want it hidden /GM roll, I think.
Nope. I don't want a GM roll. I just want to roll. But I wanted to add the modifier. There we go. Okay. All right. With that roll, nat 20, it seems pretty forthright. It seems like it really just wanted what it took and is waiting to see what you do, but ready. It is very ready.
Alex, unless it got something from you can't live without, I think you should back away and we should go be about our business now, okay?
Bond in his turn.
And that will be my turn.
Come a little closer to me.
Nope.
I'm going to take us out of combat right now, and if anyone wants to do anything, you can decide as a group because it's not attacking.
I'll look at the group. It took my ability to sail a ship. I can't remember how to sail my own goddamn ship. That's important enough for me to stay here and try to tell it to give it back.
I kind of like look back at Ignatius, and like I have like this like really sad look on my face. Like, should I do it? And I'd like Ignatius to give me a nod, yes or no.
It
says no. Like, I'm sure we can teach you to sail again.
Well, I'm standing there. I'm just going to try this, see if it helps. I am going to cast Lesser Restoration on myself. Try to see if that'll bring back the memory.
Remember those times in the river that we went over the waterfall? Weren't you sailing then, Alex?
Yeah, but I rolled a nat 1, dick.
All right. You go through the motions of casting Lesser Restoration. You feel the healing come over your body as cures minor diseases and all sorts of things that you've cured in the past. And you rack your brain. Can I remember? And you find nothing. But please mark down the spell.
Dude. Alex, it's your choice.
I'm gonna walk a little closer. I am gonna take my longsword and like run my hand across it real quick just to cause some damage to myself to keep the rage going on.
Okay.
Would you like me to take
You can take one
roll
point,
a d4 or just take one?
No, just take 1 point. That's fine. You do see, Alex, at this point, a tendril starts to emerge again and just remain up in the air, slowly moving up. The same one.
Slowly backing away. Just kind of move over to here, but as I'm backing away, I'm just going to say, you took my livelihood. You took one of the things that's the most important to me. Can you at least tell me why?
You see another tendril emerge from the webs directly on your west. Or to the west of you. And it starts to emerge out and creep towards you like a snake. Weaving, getting closer. Slowly.
I'm gonna jump, roll down the edge, back over to my friends, and just look. It took the most important thing to me, or one of them at least, but there's still somebody up there. I think it's worth checking.
Somebody up there?
I didn't actually get a chance to see.
Did it try to lure us?
We can already see that this thing can talk. It can
Creature,
make
speak
noises.
to us! Speak to me, creature!
You hear nothing.
Look, Alex, I understand. But right now, we don't have a ship. And where we're going, we need wings, not water.
I'd like to yell, where is the Black Lotus?
It's an orchid, Garathor.
Orchid! I've
Make
been
a
playing other
persuasion-
Wizard
make a
of the
persuasion
Coast
check.
games.
Make a persuasion check, Garathor.
This can only go well. Hey!
That's a good roll, but you still hear nothing. Sorry.
Fuck you!
Not 20, I would have thought about it, honestly.
Okay, okay.
All right. I'm gonna approach Iranae and just kind of whisper in her ear. All right. Well, we could make a deal here, Iranae. We could say like, tell us where the Black Orchid is and give her back her shit, and we won't kill you. I mean, seems like we got pretty good leverage.
It seems like one fucking touch of those things, we forget who we fucking are. It said it took what it wanted. You think it couldn't have taken more?
It's a good point. we're pretty strong, right?
Yeah, we're pretty fucking strong, but how strong are you when you forget the name of fucking Kasuth?
That's a great point. Let's get the fuck out of here.
That was well said, Alex. Yeah.
Can we still hear the muffled screaming?
It actually stopped.
I look at my companions. If we're gonna leave, we gotta leave now before I change my mind. And I start.
I grab her
marching
and I
over.
start running north. I grab her by her collar.
Can you reach?
I grab her by her waistband. Asshole.
All right.
By the way, I'd like it to be known that I have re-grabbed my rod, and it is now attached to my body again. Just for the record.
You feel much better. Yeah.
I feel much better.
Yeah.
And I'd like to run to these bushes with Iranae, or with Alex, and be like, I'm really sorry, but I don't know if we can win that fight. And I give her a big hug, and my head goes straight into her boobs.
I hug him back and I just start crying. Like, legitimately, crocodile tears. I just lost one of the most important things to me in the world. I am bawling.
Yes, it's very sad. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
I reach into my bag and I pull out some of the pickled snapper. And I say, this is special for you. And I pull out a little bit of the vinegar and I lay that on top of it. And I take out some crushed salt and I sprinkle that on the top of it. I say, hope this reminds you of the ocean.
Jesus.
I am walking, eating, and crying.
Oh my God. All right, Garathor, the grief counselor here. Perfect. Nailed it.
DM, is there this creature, do we see it in any other location as we move to the north a little bit?
I want you all to make a perception check from this place anyway, but I will take that into consideration.
But I'll take it into consideration.
No, that's what you're looking for. That's fine. All right. Pretty shitty.
Iranae.
Iranae?
I know. Yeah. Iranae, what are you looking for specifically? Because I can tell you a little bit more detail based on what you want to see as you head northward.
Just real quick, as Garathor has dragged Alex north, and I assume that Ignatius is following.
Yep.
I would like to, just real quick, walk over to where the Alex clone appeared.
Mm-hmm.
and just quietly say, can you give back what you took?
Make a persuasion check. No response.
I'll be back. And then I'll follow.
As you start to depart, you hear a voice come from the webs that say, "Let's hope so." It's in Alex's voice. All right, you guys head north. Iranae, what are you looking for? Once again, I can provide some more details based on your perception roll and what you're specifically looking for, but otherwise, I'm just going to kind of provide the general area as well.
Definitely keeping an eye out for more of this stuff. I have a feeling that we won't find any of the orchid that we need until we're further in, so I'm not really keeping an eye out for that.
Okay.
But additional potential ambushes.
Okay. So to the north, you see another stairwell. And the reason in this map you see all this rubble kind of down below is it looks like these corridors have collapsed in. Normally they were tunnels. And to the furthest one to the north, you see that it is actually still a tunnel, but part of it has collapsed in. That's the furthest one up. But you see another 20-foot wall as you kind of make your way around this tree here. To the left, it's a 20-foot wall in front of you, and that leads up to something else, another platform. And then now you can get a much better look of this whole huge domed edifice with the Tyrannosaurus Rex head, with this water gushing out into the stream that you just came from, that corridor. And then two giant elephant heads looking menacing towards the southeast and west of this giant domed structure. Anyone? Bueller?
I will just kind of keep walking up with my short sword out, and at this point in time, I will have my my shield out in front of me, and I'll tell the party I'd like to go examine that turtle dragon head thing.
I'll go with you.
Alex sniffs a little bit, kind of rubs her nose. Says, before you do that, do you want me to ask the tree where the orchids are? Or do you want to look at the head? We can do that first.
I don't see anything wrong with this plan.
It's a very powerful spell, so I don't know if it'll... Is it worth, or should we just keep looking for it, or should I ask the tree?
Well,
it might know, it might not know.
Alex, the blessings of Kasuth have bestowed upon me the ability to locate objects within 1,000 feet of myself. I could try this if anybody's not opposed.
Good idea. I like that idea.
Okay. I will kneel down and bow my head and try and sense, try and envision clearly an orchid, which is black. If you want the description of the spell, I can put it in the chat.
Yeah, I just loaded it up.
Okay.
does say that an object has to be familiar to you, but I will, based on
Figured
Ashara's
I'd be
description.
familiar enough with the flower and then just put a
I
color
think
to
it's
it.
a rare object. I think your description is probably good enough. And you sense the object's location. Okay, so you can see. Let me get out my measuring tool here.
It's also up to 10 minutes duration too if I'm outside of the range right now.
Well, you're definitely in the range. This map is not 1,000 feet.
Okay.
Oops. Oh, shoot. Did I just reveal that? No, I'm good. It'd be okay if it was. Oops. Just grabbed Iranae. I'm having trouble clicking the measuring stick for some reason. Yeah. Huh. Okay. Well, the measuring stick is not working on roll 20. I will say it is.
Are you on the right
roughly-
layer?
Oh, layer. I'm on objects and tokens.
Don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
I'll be back in 30 seconds.
So anyway, it's about, we'll say, it's about 200 feet, and this is just my rough guess right now,
Okay.
to the northeast of you.
Okay. And on the same level or up or down?
About 60 feet up.
All right. If I just look up in that general direction, what would I see from here?
It's working. What did I say?
can see it.
200?
Yeah.
It's 130.
I like that better.
Not terrible, but yeah. And what was your question, Ignatius?
If I look in that general direction, what would I see from this vantage point?
You see only the giant dome structure in front of you, but you can only assume, based on the sides of the dome structure that you can see, that it is beyond that structure and not within it.
Okay. Good to know. All right, guys, I found it. It's that way. It's beyond this structure here. We don't have to fool around here at all. Let's get it and go home.
Yeah, I like that plan.
Were some people investigating something?
I think Garathor was saying he wanted to investigate one of the heads. But I don't know if he's continuing to do that.
Okay. Well, what would you guys like to do that are present?
Lead the way, Ignatius. I cannot express how much I want to leave.
Well, we have to decide. It's on the far end of the dome from where we're at. Do we want to go to the east and then to the north, or to the north and try and wrap around to the east? Would we see any pathway up immediately north from where we're at?
That's a 20-foot ledge all the way around you.
Okay.
It's too tall.
Could I go peek into this hole here?
You can. Make a perception check. Por favor. $16. You don't see much. It seems like it's running water. You see the collapsed part of the dome. The part that it's a tunnel, and it seems relatively thin, so it's not surprising that it collapsed over the span of time. With that perception check, you do see a little bit of scrawling on the wall below you, but it's hard to make out what it says.
There's something written on the wall down here.
I'll go over to her and try to see the scrawling.
I was just gonna go and open this door, and assuming that is a door.
It's just a stairwell down to the
Alright.
top.
Then I will, trying to move as quickly as I can, move over to where I saw the scrawling.
Okay.
Trying not to spend too much time under these.
You get to the bottom of the stairs, it's about 2 or 3 feet of water. So you have to, like, trudge through for the other 15 feet or so. It's dark down there, except for this one hole of light. You do see writing on the wall, however.
Can I read it?
There is a long section. This is much like the temple that you guys were at with the man with the alligator on his shoulders, in that you do see a bunch of Chult. Chultan, Chultan, old Umoan, and you do see common below it, which you can read after you're kind of scanning it, and you're like, okay, I can't read this shit. And then you do see the common below. It seems to be written to visitors. This particular one says Zalcore, lover of all things beautiful. May this garden be a tribute to your everlasting splendor.
Alright. If I don't see anything else down here, then I will head back up.
Alright.
While he's down there reading, I'd like to go exploring at the top of this if I could.
20 feet up.
Yeah, I know. I'm very strong and I have an immovable rod, so it just takes me a little time. But, click, pull, click, unclick, click, click, pull, click, unclick, click.
That capability is not unlimited, but go ahead and make an athletics check. Can't fly up in the air forever.
I mean, give me enough time, and if you've watched American Ninja Warrior, it's
I know.
very possible.
Garathor is close to that, but your arms get tired eventually without anything to give them a rest. 23, you are a champ. No sweat. You make your way up, click, 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 and make your way to the top like it's nothing. Like you're almost flying pretty much. And,
I'd like to just stand right here.
Okay.
And just, look and not move at all.
Okay. You can see some of that area there.
What did you find down there, Iranae?
Just some writing. I think it's about one of the gods.
One of the 9 gods or one of the real gods?
I'm not not a god I've heard. Zalcore?
Doesn't ring a bell.
Well, it's not Kasuth, so it must be one of the 9 gods.
Ignatius, you do realize there's literally more deities that exist than Kasuth.
Right, but
nope. There's only Kasuth. All right, guys, it seems relatively safe up here. I think this is where we go.
Did you hear me about when I told you where the item's located?
Oh no, I didn't.
I think I was on mute. So from where we are, down here, the item is 130 feet away to our northeast and 60 feet above where we are. So on the other side of the big dome in the middle. So we have a general location which we should head.
Do you guys want to cross the river, or do you guys want to come up this way?
Garathor, at this point, you do see this as well. Another smaller dome here in the upper left. It seems to be more in rune. Both of them actually seem equally in rune. Now that I...
Can you pull me up, brother?
Yeah, I extend my movable rod and I click it and I untangle the rope from my waistband.
Okay. Are you all moving up? All right. No check needed. You guys make it up.
Let it also be known that once they're up, I completely attach it back to myself. I'm just letting you know that it's connected to me at all times, Paul.
Are you sure you didn't hand it to Iranae, like right afterward?
Just letting you know.
Okay.
This is my rod. It is more important than my rod.
Did you, as a half-orc, did you pee on it yet? Because I'm pretty sure that's the only way that they really know.
Oh God.
Is that real?
It's from the lore, man.
I'm offended.
Honestly, it did feel weird handling Garathor's rod earlier.
We
Alex
handle
just
with
starts
ease.
walking.
Oh,
Didn't
really?
feel right.
Make a perception check, Alex.
Okay, good.
She says as another tendril jumps out of the fucking concrete and stabs her in the neck.
That was a pretty brisk 20 feet of walking. Oh, not 20.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, Paul, tell me what happens, please.
I will, gladly.
Cool.
To your right, the first thing you notice is one of the most beautiful garden areas you've ever seen. Actually,
Actually, I take that back. It's the worst garden you've ever seen.
Oh man. there's just
actually, there
weeds.
is a description, is what I was saying. The plants in this enclosed garden are nothing like you've ever seen. There you go.
Hey.
That was from memory.
That's amazing.
Their shapes are fantastic, and their colors are like gems sparkling in the sun. Enclosed by 5-foot-high walls, this strangely beautiful garden imparts a sense of serenity. A message is deeply scratched into the wall. Scratched. You can't read
The
it.
nat 20. I can't read the message.
It's small again, much about the same size that Iranae read.
Can you pinpoint on the map where it is exactly?
Yes. So, I'm assuming you walked a little bit further. I'm not going to put you in harm's way,
Probably, yeah.
but it is about... no, it's here.
Right there. Guys, we got another message, but I can't. Too far. I have no idea what it says.
I'd like to walk up to Alex and say, there's something about this garden. We shouldn't read that message.
Oh.
As you keep watching these beautiful plants, like the most beautiful, it's like everything awesome that you've ever seen in the jungles of Chult. Like there's a lot of awful, terrible things that want to kill you, but all the beautiful things put together, it's all in this area and like amplified by 10. It's just gorgeous. All the best parts of Chult in the jungles. However, there's lots of tall, blooming plants in reds and greens and violets and all sorts of colors, and parrots and all sorts of animals flittering in between it. You see a rustling, and you see, coming out of this rustling, this white-skinned albino dwarf, which I believe you have seen before in the bars, in the taverns of Port Nyanzaru. His skin is completely white. He's got a little headband around his head. And he seems to be walking up to the plants and kind of inspecting. Very slowly moving. And you see a brown leaf on one of the plants. And he sees it. Picks off the brown leaf. Drops it. And keeps going. And disappears back into the brush. This is a thick area.
Little bright man.
Oh, Okay, I was gonna talk to you first, but all right, we can yell at the dwarf.
You don't hear
Little
any
white person.
No, no response.
That is small as a shrub, but glows like the sun. Come to me.
No response.
We are not going down there. And I stand at the stairs, like looking back at the party, like arms folded, like
I feel like these plants have a story to
Yeah,
tell.
no.
I can literally talk to
No,
them.
no,
I literally can know what
no,
their deal is.
no.
Alex, if you want to talk to them, can you talk to them from up here?
Yes, I can actually. I just have to cast it on myself, and then I can yell at the plants.
I just.
Is it stupid that they can tell
No.
me what the message says? I don't.
No.
Garathor, we're not going down there.
You see the albino dwarf emerge kind of just barely out of the plants again, and he's got a little copper watering bin, and he starts to water that same plant that had a brown leaf.
I'll take
The
some
water
water out
starts-
of my water jug, and I'll flick it towards the plants.
Do you flick it towards the dwarf or just in general?
Just
in
the
plant?
plants, while my
Okay.
gaze is sternly on the dwarf.
Okay. With that, nothing happens.
Little man,
Don't think he's gonna talk to you.
It comes to a close. He stops watering, and he disappears again.
nope.
Alex, with your perception check last time, I'm still going to base it off that nat 20. As he turns this time, you notice on the back of his head a bulb and 4 leaves and some small tendrils of vines emerging. It's actually not on the back of his head, but closer to his neck area.
Oh God. Guys, we got a plant dwarf. It's got a bit of a growth on the back of his neck, literally.
And
Is this good or bad?
I don't know, but more than ever now, I'm tempted to ask the plants.
if you can talk
I
to him
don't
from up
know.
here, go for it.
Ah! Fine. I would like to cast Speak with Plants. And I would just like to, from where I'm standing, because it is on myself, within 30 feet of me, and I would just like to call down to the plants and be like, "Hello? Can you hear me, dears?"
Does it work with all the plants? Or do you have to talk to one?
If you within 30 feet of me, I imbue plants within 30 feet of me with limited sentience and animation. So within 30 feet.
Okay. Well, a choir of plants then responds back in unison. We don't get visitors very much. Wow.
Oh, well, firstly, I want to say that you are beautiful. I've never seen anything quite like you before. Are you the only
Thanks.
one of your kind?
Well, you see them kind of like turn to each other a little bit, just move like very subtly. And they're like, we come from all over Chult.
Okay. What makes you so unique, so shiny, so different?
You see the plants kind of quiver a little bit in pride. And they say, well, the gardeners, of course.
That what the dwarf man is, the one with the back of his neck with the plant thing.
Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful. Can you tell me how that dwarf ended up like that? Was he born that way? Or did you turn him into that?
The choir of plants responds. He joined us
Okay. Who helped him join? Did you lead him to join, or do you have someone who helped him join?
Well, the queen, of course.
The queen. Where's your queen?
130 feet northeast of here.
Okay, that's so wonderful. Does your queen have a name? Can you tell? Is she a plant too?
She is a huge. She's not a plant. Like the plants, like kind of stutter a little bit with that. Like, and what was your second question?
Is she a plant too? God, what was my other question?
How
I
did he
can't
join
remember.
you?
Oh yeah, how did he join? Like, how did she turn him?
I don't know, but one day he was walking through here, and the next day he's a gardener.
Okay. Is there any way you can tell me what's written on the wall over there? Has anyone read it out loud and you've been able to hear what they say?
Oh, this was written hundreds of years ago. I can't read, though. I really
That's
want to know what it
okay.
says.
If we were to come down there, would we be in danger? Would anyone want to hurt us or turn us into gardeners?
It's up to the gardener. I don't know. We haven't had visitors for many years.
When was the last time you had visitors?
The gardener?
Okay. Can you tell me how many more gardeners there are?
Well, there's 4, of course.
Okay. Do you know where they are? Are they all here with you?
No. They're in each of their separate gardens around this building.
Oh, that's wonderful. I look at the group. I feel like I'm talking to a
We
child.
can't hear this. We're hearing.
They're just quivering, yeah, and like.
While this is going on, I'm like, Garathor, this is always pretty weird when she does it, right?
Yeah, all attraction I might have had. This always kills it. This always kills it.
I'm just kind of sitting there, like quivering, like a leaf.
I'm like
Just
sitting
kinda
there. I'm like,
going,
go figure. You find a half orc. She talks to plants, right? I don't even eat salad.
I think speaking with plants, you can hear Kaylee talking. She actually talks in her voice.
Oh,
You don't hear the response.
Oh, damn it. I thought that she was like...
She has another ability where she speaks with animals, and that's by using the animal themselves gestures.
So I can hear all these questions. Okay.
Yeah. This is magic, unlike the speak with animals.
It still stands
ability.
that it's very awkward to hear a conversation where she talks to herself. Like, it's just like,
Alex, do the gardeners want to hurt us?
Oh, I look at the plants and I'm like, little friends, if we met a gardener, would they want to turn us into gardeners too? Or would they want to do anything else to us?
They only take care of us. Haven't seen anything else.
I don't know. Any other questions for the plants?
4 gardens, 4 gardeners, 130. Guys, I have a feeling that this is going to get real bad. But let's stay away from plants. I guess last question. How long have they been here?
The gardeners? Okay.
The gardeners or the plants?
Oh, okay, friends. I really feel like I'm teaching preschool right now.
I really feel like you're talking to a baby with your garden voice.
Right. Well, they're tiny plants. Okay, friends. Can you tell me 2 things? Can you tell me how old all of you are? And can you tell me how old your gardener friends are?
Well, us plants, we don't have that long of a lifespan, you know? A couple years, maybe 5 years. But we go back many, many generations. Many. Hundreds of years.
Oh, that's a long time.
The gardeners, I don't know, 30 years?
30. Wow. Okay, and there's nothing else you can tell me about your queen? What's her name? That was the other question I had. What's her name?
That's right.
That was it. She yells at the plants. That was my question.
What's her name?
Bad plants. Oh, Queen Zalcore, of course.
Oh, okay. And she's not a plant. Does she look like me, or does she look like any of my friends, or does she look like the gardener?
Yeah, your shapes.
So she's got... Okay. Does she have anything interesting about her? Like extra arms or anything unique?
She's always in her veils. Her many feathered veils.
Feathered veils. Interesting. Well, I look at the group and I'm relaying all this information to them. I feel like we're getting some good stuff. Any other questions? I've got like 5 more minutes to talk to these plants. We've got time.
Maybe they would know about immediate dangers
Okay.
around the plaza. Maybe we should ask every plant that we see.
Yeah. Friends, do you know if there's anything up here that's dangerous? Anything that could get us hurt? Anything on purpose or with the architecture?
As Alex is asking about things that might hurt us, Iranae has wandered off and is examining the base of this statue.
All right. Make an investigation check, Iranae.
You get hurt.
The plants say back to Alex, what does it look like up there?
I look around and describe the
can't
statue.
see. Is there dangers? Are you saying there's dangers?
No, not to you, darlings. Not to you. I was just hoping that maybe your root network or something might know, but if you don't, that's totally
Root
okay.
network? What's that? Like a Facebook?
Yes, exactly. It's your social media.
Oh, why didn't you say so?
Haven't you seen the movie Avatar? All plants are connected through their root base.
Yeah, we talk to each other all the time. However, our Google Circle is only in this limited space.
All right, well, one last question. How does your queen make the gardeners? Does she put a seed in their neck, or does she... What does she do?
We don't see that.
Oh, okay. That's all right.
The gardeners
thank you.
just come.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate everything you've done. You've been very, very helpful.
They all ring out in almost a choir once again. You're welcome!
Alex, you should ask them how they'd feel if Dendar ate the sun and they all died.
I look at the plants and I look at him and I'm like, these plants are basically children. I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
All right.
Tell you a story, kids.
Well, I still stand with we avoid plants because there's one fucking octopus in the sky in a spider web and little dancing, watering, bright dwarves.
Well, from what I got with the plants, if we don't mess with the dwarves, they shouldn't be a threat.
I've heard 130 feet to the northeast. I know you can't read a compass. Iranae,
Oh my god.
Damn.
please give me your compass.
Alex starts crying again.
I pull out another piece of snapper, and on this one, I put a little cardamom and a little honey, and I hand it to Alex.
Oh my god.
Match it.
While they're
Take
doing,
out
while they're doing hors d'oeuvres, okay, so maybe we don't maybe we don't mess with the plants either. It seems like the gardeners would be pretty upset if we destroyed anything in this garden. Is that safe?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's safe. As well as we need to
Also,
be
they're
on the
not
lookout
responding
for...
to us. I feel like they're under a spell. Guys, we were attacked by lightning and woke up in a dream world. Everything is suspicious. Everyone is sus.
Is there any other web creature that I can see from up around here? DM.
Make a perception check. And Iranae, as you investigate this statue, it seems to be a pretty good replica of the statue that you saw to the south that was covered in web. They all seem to be the same statue, and you don't really recognize it. Actually, none of you do, under just a basic discussion. Like, it seems to be some kind of an animalistic deity, like some kind of a spiritual, natural type of statue.
All right.
And that's really all you can discern. It seems like it's a pretty standard statue, and with that perception check, Ignatius, you do not see any more webs in any of this vicinity.
Great. How about over here a little bit? Do I see anything kind of...
Sure. How close are you getting? Right there or closer?
Maybe like right here.
Inches. You can almost see the back part of this. It seems to be a similar style garden here. And now you can kind of see a doorway.
Okay.
And more elephant head. But yeah, you see it seems to be a giant stone domed structure which has fallen into somewhat disarray. But yeah,
The doorway looks like you can still get inside the structure.
It is, yeah. It just looks like it's in disarray. Yeah, like it's aged and collapsed to some degree.
All right.
Can I do a history check to see if these statues look like Wongo?
Do you have a history skill?
No.
Okay.
But I saw 9 gods.
All right, make an intelligence check. What do you think Wongo is?
Wongo is one of the 9 gods, and he's a monkey. And I'm looking at these statues.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's not Wongo.
Okay. I pretend like I'm doing something important in front of the statue. And then I just kind of like look away.
Aha!
I'm like trying to help, and I'm like, God, Garathor, you're only good in combat. Fuck.
Yeah. Make a deception check. No.
They don't believe me.
Man, his gears are really churning over there.
Shall we...
All right. Let's hear a little bit of a plan, and then we'll go into a 3-5 minute break or something like that after you guys.
My plan is to pull out the compass and go 130 feet to the northeast, which I personally feel is directly behind the turtle or the crocodile head, dinosaur head dome.
Yeah, I get the feeling that these stairs might be the place to go.
Or we could check out this up and see if there's a catwalk that goes directly east and get to the other side of the dome.
I figure if we get to right here, we can at least look across.
Oh, to see up here?
Yeah, can I walk right here and just see? I'm guessing there's more garden below me, but I would like to see across that catwalk.
Indeed, there is more garden here. Garage door opening as well. And as you make a perception check, actually.
Oh, guys, I'm so good at these.
Can I give him guidance? Nope. Too late.
Yeah, +4. Huh?
Too late.
That's a cantrip, right? Huh?
Yeah,
It is
it's
too
a
late.
cantrip.
Come on, 14.
I already said it.
Stop rolling so quickly.
You gaze over and you're kind of squinting. You can see a retaining wall right here, but it seems too narrow to cross. Like, it seems like it's a wall and then it peaks. But it does seem to be holding another recessed area as you look that far.
I'd like to call Ignatius over. Ignatius!
Yes, brother.
I'm sorry, I'm tired, and I was raging a little bit earlier, and I cut my hand, and I can't see very well.
I was actually really impressed by your self-control. I saw you were raging, and you had amazing.
I was ready
restraint.
to kill a spiderweb and an octopus, and I wanted to drink its blood.
I know. But you remember what Dad always says, you know? It's not always right to get in a fight.
Brother, help me, I can't see. I'm seeing blurry. I'm seeing red.
I would like to step around to this other side and see if I can maybe see what's going on in here a little bit and what's going on over there, if possible.
All right, perception check. 20. So you do indeed see a retaining wall here. It is very recessed. It's that wall itself seems to go up about 15 feet, retaining another very similar garden. And there seems to be just, it goes pretty far down, and you can't quite see over the top of it to see what's down below. But it seems, actually, I'll give you this. There is a stairwell leading down into that recessed area, which you can see from that vantage point.
Okay.
As you look inside this dome structure, it seems to be in pretty bad disarray. It seems to be more collapsed even than the giant dome structure that you just came from. And it seems to have a marble stone floor and lots of boulders that have collapsed in. And you do see a pretty sizable tree growing within it. Like, it has been in such disarray over hundreds of years that the tree is now growing up out of the structure itself.
All right. Hey, guys, this dome just looks kind of collapsed. You mind if I just walk up the stairs and verify that nothing's interesting here?
Oh, not by yourself! I go hustling around the tree trunk.
Okay. Well, with Garathor, I'd like to just get where I can poke my head in this.
All right. And right before I tell you that information, we will take a 5-minute break.
All right.
Sounds good. 5 minutes.
TPK, here we come.
7:40.
We're all gonna die. Right, we are back at the Emerald Dragon playing some Tomb of Annihilation tonight. We're exploring a spooky place. Wonder what the rest has got in store for us. There's only one way to find out, and that's by passing the paw and stopping to talk to you guys.
So, Ignatius and Garathor, as you approach this domed structure to the north. This crumbling pagoda must have been a lovely place once, with its wide, graceful arches inviting the breeze to blow through and overlooking a silent pool below, which you now can kind of see. As you ascend the stairs, you can see that the other staircase to the east descends into a pool. But time, decay, and some bestial presence has given it a sinister air. It smells foul, and dark stains cover the floor and seep down white steps.
Sounds gross.
It is.
I don't see a pool.
The pool, as before you enter the building, but as you start to ascend the stairs, is here.
Oh, cap.
I can reveal some of it for you guys.
You want to check it out, Garathor? We have a boat. I mean, if we can just get over there.
I would like to issue the party to stay behind us at a little bit of a distance, but closer than they are,
Whoa. Whoa. You're going straight in?
No. Well, I mean, like,
That's where your token is. Okay.
I mean, like, I want to move up, but I want to issue the party to come closer.
Okay. I come
Um,
closer.
Alex, Iranae.
Brothers.
Guess I'm following. Don't do anything stupid, boys.
I would like to take one of my javelins and just toss it into the middle of the room.
Okay. Roll an
Like right
attack
here.
roll. Sure.
Oh, just tossing it. Like, I'm not attacking. I'm just tossing my
Just
javelin.
literally tossing it. Okay.
Just tossing it.
Ping, 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 ping. It kind of hits both its ends and kind of does that, stick thing and settles in the floor.
I will take another step forward.
All right. Ignatius and Garathor make a perception check. I'm assuming you guys are both actively perceiving at this point.
That'd be the goal.
All right. Ignatius, as you step forward, Garathor is looking for enemies. He's not really seeing anything. He's looking back and forth and looking in the rocks on the ground. Ignatius, as you step forward, you see a rustling up in the tree that has grown into this pagoda. Also,
hold up.
Garathor and Ignatius, so you see this, but as you your gaze falls down to the base of this tree, you also see at the base of this tree a giant, huge nest. And woven into this nest are 3 giant eggs, like almost as big as you are, as people. And that's in the center of this nest. But woven into this nest is all sorts of shiny things that you can't really make out exactly what they are at this point. But you see a hilt of a sword, you see coins, you see a necklace draped over top with a giant emerald in the middle, and you see all sorts of various little treasures, kind of just like, it looks like a bird wove it into this nest on purpose. You haven't seen what caused the rustling quite yet.
Garathor, do you see that? You see the shiny things? Do you see the rustling up ahead?
I would like to tiptoe backwards and be like, yes, I see all the treasure ahead. And I see a sword. I wish I saw a great axe, but it's only a sword. And this seems suspicious. And my voice cracks.
Should I light it on fire? I can create a bonfire right there.
You know I'm always down for a bonfire, but...
Well, if we did a bonfire and you had those eggs, Garathor, we could do brunch. I'm kind of hungry.
I don't think those are ostrich eggs, brother. Which, as you know, is our favorite.
What kind of eggs do you think they are?
Make a nature check.
I just look at Iranae and I'm like, are they talking about eating eggs? What are they doing?
I like poke my head around Ignatius to get a glimpse of this nest. Pull my head back. I'm pretty sure those eggs are larger than I am.
Oh, we shouldn't be messing with those at all.
17. By the shape of the eggs, Garathorin, you've eaten your fair share of eggs out in the wilderness. They seem like not like they're reptile eggs or fish eggs or anything like that. They do seem to be bird eggs.
That looks like the largest bird egg I've ever seen.
At this point, Ignatius, you do see, with Garathor saying that, hopping down on a branch in the tree is a giant black bird with a huge wingspan, probably 8 feet long, maybe 10 or 12 even. And it kind of has its wings, it folded out to kind of go down, and then it tucks them behind it and kind of looks down and looks at both of you guys.
Oh, Alex, we need diplomacy.
I walk up.
We need
I walk up. I see the bird, and I immediately am like, "Hi."
Which
Can I not use my Shepard ability?
you interpret it as all it's saying is back.
Okay, guys, it's time. We don't walk in. We leave. We don't. Nope. It just wants us back. Time to go. Time. I grab both Ignatius and Garathor by the shoulder and start pulling them back as best as I can.
I was just about to cast Fireball. Good thing you caught me.
I smack him in the back of the head and pull him back. And I look up at the bird and I'm like, "So sorry. You will not see us again." Pull him back.
I'm like, all right, guys, let's just check out this dome. Hopefully, we find a Black Lotus.
As you
Iris,
leave, Alex, you the bird, as you say that, kind of nods. I mean, you can speak to them, but it nods, and then you back up.
I use Druidcraft to produce like some seeds and just kind of throw them onto the ground. Like,
Are they real? Are they fake seeds?
They're real seeds.
Oh, okay.
Druidcraft produces real seeds.
You can
So
produce.
just throw them.
I like
It
look at
actually
the
doesn't
seeds. I'm
sound
like, wait, that ability actually has value. Nice.
I mean, they're just gonna grow into flowers in like 30 seconds. It's not that impressive.
I kind of give you a good head nod. I'm like, oh, nice. We can make more than flowers.
I mean, I'm kind of being a little bit liberal with the terminology of Druidcraft.
It does not say that you can make seeds. It says that you can make a seed pod open or a leaf bud bloom. So you can actually increase the growing process of the plant. You can advance it.
I don't make
Damn it!
seeds.
I take everything I just said back.
You can make flower blossoms. Flower blossoms are edible, so you could do that.
Okay, I throw flower blossoms.
All right. You guys back up.
I head towards this door. I'm like, all right, guys, are we gonna go just check this out? Are we gonna go see what's
I
inside?
mean, I think it's time to go through. Yeah.
Okay. Who's going first?
Oh, Garathor for sure.
Okay. You guys are all going, though?
I'm
Garathor
right
first?
behind Garathor, looking over his head the whole time. I'm gonna try and.
I'd like
I'm
to-
behind
perceive
them.
in that space.
I'd like to use my
And this-
massive strength and kind of clear this rubble off of these stairs.
Okay. As you approach this building, traces of gold-colored plaster still cling to this dome in a few spots, but everywhere else you see weathered bricks, more than a few which have fallen through. The larger-than-life size elephant carvings and the graceful towering spire are still magnificent sights, even if their glory is dimmed by time and decay. So it is a very magnificent building, far more magnificent than the other one that you just entered. Like, it is just a splendor, but it has fallen into disarray. You clear the rubble, and you make your way in. It's not difficult. It's just fallen in disarray. It doesn't seem like it's anything intentional, like blocking the way. You make your way in?
I would like to perceive my way in.
What does that mean?
He uses his eyes to make his way in.
I would like to use my eyes
I'm gonna
before
give
I
you-
walk blindly into a black square.
Okay.
He catches
I'm
his
gonna
eyeballs
reveal
and
this
rolls them on the
right.
ground like ball bearings.
All right, I revealed 6 squares. Go ahead and place your token, and roll a perception check. Whoever's going in.
I'm right behind Garathor.
I'm right next to Ignatius.
Do I roll 2, Paul?
Yeah, go ahead.
Someone has kind of an echo going on.
Hello, hello, hello.
I don't think it's me.
Check.
Hello?
I don't hear it
Okay,
anymore.
it went away. Sorry,
Okay.
I heard it a few times and now it's gone. Never mind.
It could be me. Who knows? All right. So, Ignatius. Garathor, you see some of this, but Ignatius, you kind of relay to Garathor as he's like, do you see that? And you're like, yeah, I see that, but, you know, this also is important. As you enter this room, an 18-foot tall stone statue of a Chultan warrior in splint armor, wearing a helmet festooned with Tyrannosaurus teeth and bearing a shield of intricately patterned leopard hide, towers over the chamber and looms above a wide octagonal cistern. The chamber echoes with sound of rainwater dripping from the ceiling into a gaping pit. The face of the giant warrior statue is obliterated with deep gouges, but the rest of the statue remains intact. Clutched in the statue's right hand is a stone spear, and resting on the floor beneath it is a clay urn. North of the statue is an open balcony overlooking the flooded garden, which you saw earlier. Standing to one side of the giant warrior is this one much smaller. Exquisitely lifelike, it depicts a man reaching for the urn, his face turned towards the balcony. In his lifeless eyes, you see terror. Stone steps ascend along the curved wall to the level of the second floor. But that floor is almost entirely collapsed, and that's to the southwest, right next to you, Garathor.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's been up there. However, because a message of some sort, once again, a message, is scrawled in the dome's ceiling.
Can I read it?
You cannot.
Where is the second statue? Is this the urn too?
That is the urn, and there's a statue right next to that. It's not depicted on this
Just
map.
smaller.
Yeah.
It's just humanoid size, like standard size?
Yep. It's about
And this
5
was-
feet tall.
This was carved leopard armor?
Intricately
like, actually-
patterned leopard hide shield.
Oh, the shield.
So the shield has leopard hide on it? Like real leopard hide?
No, it's stone.
Okay. That is very, very good stonemanship.
I'd like to examine the statue next to the giant statue to see if it's, I guess, imperfect. As if it was previously a human that was Medusa'd into a statue rather than something crafted.
Oh, no.
Make an insight. It's gonna be intelligence, investigation.
While he does that, Alex will carefully start walking up the staircase, very carefully.
As I've said before, it is very lifelike based on your perception. Very, very lifelike. But your character is kind of like, this is pretty good carvings. Like, you know, if it was a good enough sculptor, it could be done.
Iranae, are we taking bets to tell if this giant statue is going to try and kill us at some point in here?
I'm gonna be honest, Ignatius. It's not really the giant statue that I'm worried about.
I would like to make my way out towards the balcony to get a vantage point of this garden because I'm looking for a flower, and I don't see any flowers in here, and so essentially I don't care if there's not a black flower in here. So I would like to creep my way up there.
Okay. You're creeping.
I'm creeping to the best of my half-orc ability.
Make a stealth check.
This never goes well, guys. I apologize in advance.
12. And are you getting closer? You can't really see from that spot. You have to get right up to
Oh
the
yeah,
balcony.
my goal is to so once I get to here, I'd like to click my immovable rod
Okay.
and move one step forward to the ledge.
Okay. In case it falls.
In case it falls, in case something tries to grab me.
Got it. All right, make a perception check.
I'm gonna kill this one, guys. Eat my dick, perception. Ugh!
You see a lot of water, which I'm not gonna reveal, but you miss a whole lot. Like, I'm gonna
I'm just scanning really quickly.
I'm just revealing little areas there. Like, it seems like it'd be really easy to see what was down there, but for some reason you're like fixated on like, oh man, that stonework is nice. Like that leopard skin.
Hey,
you still can't
Hey,
get off
I
the
do
shield.
appreciate good stonework. Okay.
Like that shield is so well made that you're still thinking about it.
Dude,
And as you see the stone, you're like, man, this is good
It literally
stone.
looks like leopard print in a stone carving. That's incredible. That's incredible.
Okay, what are the rest of you doing?
Alex is going to start wandering her way up the stairs carefully to try to get a better look at the message.
Okay, carefully, like investigating or stealthing or both?
Probably investigating. She's looking for like bad steps or like anything that might make her fall.
Okay, go for it.
She's not very good at that, but we'll see. Oy.
All right, you make your way up the stairs. The stairs do not seem great, the quality of them. And as you make your way up about 3/4 of the way up the stairs, you put your foot down, and all of it just collapses. Like the stone was so rubbled. And now there is about a 15-foot gap to the top as the stones have just collapsed. And the rest of you hear this. Turn your heads immediately as this stone just goes boosh, and the sound kind of rings out through this and echoes through this chamber.
Sorry.
You alright, Alex?
Am I all right?
You are. It was just your foot,
Okay.
and you backed up.
Yeah, I'm good. Just probably couldn't handle the weight of a half orc.
Do you have a spyglass?
I don't.
Neither do I.
All right, next time we're in town, I know I can't technically use it anymore, but we're buying spyglasses.
Is this written in common or is this written in Chultan? Can we tell?
You can't see it. Once again, it's probably about as small as the last 2 messages you've seen. You have to be.
So
up
I'd
next
like to come over here then, and I'd like to do my classic monkey crawl with my my salmon ladder with my unmovable rod.
Salmon ladder.
Okay. Make an athletics check. It's 35 feet. That's quite a bit.
Have you met Garathor?
Oh, man. I mean, I am. Yeah, Garathor also took the athletics or athlete feat. So
I did take the
he's
athlete.
very
as well.
capable.
Climbing is actually way less hard for me.
Right. Yeah. I mean, Garathor can do very. I mean, as we saw with the 4-armed gargoyle, capable of amazing feats of athletics. But yeah, Garathor freaking ninjas this. Click, click, click. It like it's just crazy.
It's
to
like doing
see.
those push-ups, like when you clap.
you could actually clap in between the clicks. It's like put the rod up, clap, and then click it.
Yeah, I'm just like flexing right now. Flexing.
Yeah.
I had
yeah,
2
you do
bangs. I drank 2 bangs before I came in today, boys.
Garathor, there's no one to show off for here. You can stop with the flash.
Hey,
you make it up to the
I
top.
do a triple clap.
You actually do that. No sweat. You felt like, yeah, you were on fire for this athletic feat. You got it. All right, you make your way to the top, and it does look in ruins. At one point, it seemed like this balcony extended all the way around to create an entire second level, but that's all fallen in now. So this is all that remains. As you look to the message that was scrawled in, it says... Actually, hang on. There's 2 chunks of this message. The first part of this says, worshipped by her people and by Thorutea, who loves... And this all seems to be written in common, like kind of finely written, like it almost looks like by an architect, like finely chiseled in. So once again, it says, worshipped by her people and by Thurutea, who loves, but loves, the word loves is scratched with 5 fingers through the stone, and it looks like a good 2 or 3 inch gouge into the stone itself. And below the word loves, scrawled into the wall in about the same depth is the word betrayed. So it says, worshipped by her people and by Thurutea, who loves, betrayed her. Then slightly below this.
So loves is crossed out and it says betrayed.
Exactly. Slightly below this, written also in fine architect text, says, oh no, sorry. This is also scrawled. So this is scratched into the wall, this second part of the message. True love, faithful general, safe will you rest in Nangalore eternal. None will disturb you while I live. Such is my vow of penance, and for my sins, I cannot die. I will read that again.
One more time. Yep.
This is scrawled in once again. So there was architect message where the word betray, love was scrawled out, and the word betrayed was written like messy.
Right. By
like
her
it was
people.
in anger. And then another message was scrawled below it in kind of the same type of just carved into the side. It says, true love, faithful general, safe will you rest in Nangalore eternal. None will disturb you while I live. Such is my vow of penance. For my sins, I cannot die.
So I'm hanging up there. Guys, somebody was worshipped by people in Thurutea. And I think she was betrayed. And I think she wants to kill us all. And I think that statue is a general. If you see a her, I think we need to kill her.
Garathor, as you look over, the general's face is scratched off. And actually a chunk of it you can see down in the water below. The whole thing, like, is removed.
And that general that I think is a general, also she's still mad at him for something. This seems like a psychotic stage 5 clinger.
So we're dealing with...
Ignatius shudders.
Guys, this is not good. Because I'm pretty sure that's a Chultan warrior. Or general. It was turned to stone.
Turned to stone?
It's 16 feet high, just so you know. 18, sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, the one next to it is probably more likely to be the thing turned to stone, but I don't... Is that even possible?
Have you been on this island for very long?
Is that even possible?
I'm going to be honest here, Alex. We're hunting a rare flower so that some Aarakocra can lend us their wings. Like, being turned to stone is pretty reasonable, I think.
No, I said the words and I heard the words. I'm distraught, okay? I am upset.
We need to find the flower and get the fuck out of here.
Right. Well, you're British now for some reason, and that's great. But all right.
I'm scared.
Well, calm down. All right, y'all.
I will release myself 10 feet at a time with my immovable rod. And I would like to walk over to the pit to see if I can see any if I can see any water source to see if I can tell if this water source in this pit flows out of the dragon's mouth to the south of us.
Sure, make a perception check. And what are the rest of you doing while Garathor's doing this?
I want to go up and look inside the urn.
Okay.
Now I get my fucking nat 20 on a fucking perception check.
Garathor,
God.
it flows right out of the Tyrannosaurus Rex's. It's
now,
like,
can I?
it.
But you can use that nat 20 to like. Do I see any water coming into this pit?
That's it. You
fuck
definitely understand. I'll get back to you, Garathor. I'll get back. Okay, you look in the urn. And are you just kind of peeking your head over?
Yeah.
Perception.
Maybe I'll get a torch and illuminate that.
Sure, yeah. There is some light coming in this because it's so disheveled. 16. There seems to be some kind of a dirt or ash or some kind of a substance, like a sandy type substance in the bottom of this urn. Perhaps it's covering something, or perhaps it's just there. You don't know.
I'd probably make the connection, like being an urn. This is some cremated remains, would you say?
Make a investigation check for Ignatius.
Never good.
You're not quite sure. I mean,
God, we need
it could have something in it. I think you're kind of curious looking in, and you're not. I mean, yeah, you're not quite sure.
Guys, it looks like there's some sand in this urn. Should I stick my hand in it?
I wouldn't
Taste it.
stick your hand in anything that we don't know exactly what it is.
Break it.
Last time we wandered into something that we don't know what it is. I lost memory. So don't.
Should I kick the urn into the pool?
Absolutely not. I would like to go over to the urn and investigate it, check and see. But I don't want to touch it, but I want to look inside.
Okay, well,
He's so great.
Ignatius has told you that there's some kind of a powder at the bottom. What are you investigating specifically?
Can I deduce if these are cremated remains according to what the wall said about who rests here?
Make an investigation check. Yeah.
Also not
I'm
very
kind
good.
of circling around the pool as they're doing this, and I call over, make sure it doesn't smell like sulfur.
I can do that.
I'm gonna stick with the Iranae right now.
So you can deduce, as Ignatius has kind of said that this is ash or sand or something. I would say your character kind of makes the connection and puts the puzzle pieces together that this is probably the way it's positioned, an urn, and is supposed to go with the statue. However, there is still right next to this statue the lifelike humanoid statue, which is a human, by the way, and is kind of reaching down towards the urn at this point. You see that as well. Both of you see this.
I put my arm in front of Ignatius, whom I'm terrified is going to start touching, and just be like, all right, so definitely dead people in the urn. And if we're suddenly thinking that people turn into stone, he was going to touch it. So don't touch it. I think the best thing to do is let it be and go find this orchid.
All right, Alex, that sounds very sensible.
Right. Okay.
I'd
Please.
like to walk here and see what I can see out the backside, please.
Perception.
$22.
You see
Ooh.
another pool. With the 22, you do see that giant head. You assume that it came from the statue that was once positioned in the middle there. There's some giant pieces of statue all over the place. As you're looking down in the pool is actually extremely clear. even way clearer than the was what you encountered when you initially came in. And as you look down in the pool, you see different parts. You see stone legs and arms. You see stone fish and stone frogs. It seems like it's a giant pile, like a grave pile almost, of different stone things down in this clear pool that forms the bottom. It's about 5 feet deep.
And these would be like anatomically accurate to adventurers. They're not like giant arms and things.
Yes.
All right. Well, Alex, I think you should come over here and see this. Looks like a grave of sorts.
Over and join him and take a look.
Kind of reminds me of my dad used to tell me about that, like, you know, this is what would happen if you wanted to get stoned. You would just end up in a grave.
I don't get it.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Ignatius and Alex, to your slightly north, but to the east, you do see another dome structure, very similar to the dome structure that you saw to the northwest. In fact, you can still see that structure. They seem like they're a pair.
So something is turning things into stone. Alex, how does that make you feel?
Honestly, not good, Ignatius. Really not that great. I don't really want that to happen.
I move my way around towards the urn.
So I think we need to go. And I start walking towards the, like this door, towards the northeast.
Okay.
I call out to my friends, something here is turning people into stone. This place has a reputation of people never coming home.
At this point, I need all 4 of you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Can I kick the urn first?
If you want to.
I'd like to kick the urn relatively hard, not hard enough to break it, but as close to as breaking it as I could without breaking it.
Okay, make an attack roll. The higher the attack roll, the more likely you are not to.
No, I am not to break it. And this is just a D20 plus 4. D20
So if you
plus
roll
4.
really well, you hit it just as you want to.
That's a 22.
Okay, you hit it just as you want to. The urn goes whoop and almost goes into the water and.
Oh, I wasn't kicking towards water, but still, I get you. Yeah, just kind of like.
And it settles.
And I'd like to place my face above and go. And I'd like to use my cooking nose to see if I can tell what kind of dead thing this is.
All right, make an investigation check. I'll give this.
No!
Oh my god!
Damn it!
What
Well,
is
a
this
whole
game?
shitload of ash flies into your face, and you get antiqued. Like Garathor's poof, like just gray ash all over. But even with that 5 roll and getting antiqued in the face, you know that this is dead person ash.
People.
And it's
I
old.
literally
Old.
take just the jar of vinegar and I just drink some vinegar just to like. The taste is so bad that this is the only potent thing I have on my body other than acid that will not. Yeah, so I take a gulp of vinegar.
Okay, and make a Constitution saving throw as well, sir. Whew, 3
Oh
of
wait,
you.
you said saving throw. You said saving throw.
I did. You lucked out there, man. Okay. So, Alex and Iranae. Roll a D100 for me, please.
Oh, God.
Which is my favorite dice. Did you see me roll a 1 on the D100 earlier?
You did. That's impressive.
What?
Nice knowing you guys.
I really hate
Yep,
this.
it's been good. It's been good.
So,
Wait, are we all rolling a D100 right now?
No, we failed, so...
Yeah.
This one's pretty obvious, Alex.
And then randomly, 4 more adventurers show up into fucking Nangalore.
I call for the bird. I ask the bird to come help us.
Dude, your bird is like flying around Nangalore. Your bird just watched us all get decimated. Duck is chilling, having seen a lightning storm murder her family.
Alex, you start to feel very sick, and you feel like you're gonna vomit. You feel like this could perhaps be some kind of intoxication. You just, as you're start to take more deep breaths, you're like hyperventilating, and yeah. So that's what's happening to Alex. And for Iranae, interesting. This is a very interesting couple rolls, actually. Iranae also starts hyperventilating for a good 20 seconds. And Iranae, unlike Alex, who is still hyperventilating, starts babbling. Starts... just starts talking and does not stop. And it happens for a good 20 seconds, and you guys are looking at her, and she just does not stop with what that is, whatever it is.
Whoa, what's going on, you guys? Alex, are you speaking Chultan? I mean, Iranae?
Am I still hyperventilating?
Yep.
Okay.
What's
I'm just
going on?
hyperventilating.
What's going on? Tell me.
Brother,
What?
this seems bad.
Yeah, how did this happen? What did we do?
I mean, I felt the welling in my soul, but then, like, I fought it down with my extreme constitution.
Iranae and Alex, you start to gain control of your faculties, like the rest of them, besides what I said. But yeah, it still is continuing to happen.
Did you touch something? Did you say something? Did you smell something?
Can we find the Black Lotus? I'm done. I'm done in here. I'll kick this herb.
Alex,
I swear.
Alex opens her mouth to speak, and nothing comes out. And she goes up and she starts touching her throat, and she keeps trying and trying and trying to speak, but nothing is coming out.
Spit it out, Alex.
I would like to run to Alex and give the most Garathor Heimlich of all time.
All right. Make a
I
medicine
try to push him up.
Oh, you can't push me off. You can't push me off. I'm pretty strong.
Garathor, make an athletics check, and Alex, you can make either athletics or acrobatics.
Oh, athletics for sure. Oh my god!
Boom! Garathor is off, and he almost falls in the pool.
Oh my god.
I would like to take out my journal and my pencil and just write "My voice is gone" and show it.
I grab the pencil out of her hand and I write, "Thank God." Underneath. And then I totally brace myself for a very big slap.
Alex just takes it back and writes, "Not the time." not the time.
I give her like a very strong eye gaze, and I give her a piece of pickled red snapper. and I go running, and I go sprinting to the other side of the crevice.
I throw the red snapper at Garathor, and I want to go over to Iranae because I just lost my voice, so I want to make sure that she's okay.
Iranae is babbling uncontrollably, just like slight. Now, she seems to. Both of you have regained control of yourself.
For the viewers,
hyperventilating.
I'm going to kick the urn into the pool.
Okay.
Alex
For the
tries to
viewers,
yell at me to stop.
for the Emerald Dragon, I'm kicking it into the pool.
Do our viewers want to see this?
Yep,
A poll was done.
a poll has been made.
Okay. Make a deception check, Garathor, as you're walking over to the urn, and people might discern what you're trying to do. You guys can kind of tell Garathor's like eyeing this urn and starting to walk over to it. Like he keeps like looking up and whistling, and then takes like another step and then looks up and whistles, but he's making his way over to the urn.
I would like to try to form tackle Garathor. I can't say anything. I cannot cast any of my spells.
Okay.
They are all verbal. So I would like to form tackle Garathor away from the
Okay.
Garathor, don't do it.
No!
Alex, make an athletics check to grapple, and Garathor, you can make athletics or acrobatics.
Oh, athletics for sure.
Oh, hold on. I want to check
Beat
something real
that.
quick.
Uh-oh.
Beat
Uh-oh.
that.
I can't cast guidance. Okay, I might be able to beat it if I roll a 17 or higher. Oh!
So you reach out to grab Garathor, but you end up pushing and thrusting him closer to the urn, like as you're like gets a start, and he immediately runs over, kicks the urn, and it falls into the pit as whoever of you are like, no, it's done.
If this is a TPK, I'm going to kill whoever the Game of Deans is. I'm going to kill him.
And just like that, we regretted streaming our games. What happens when he kicks the urn, Paul?
The urns disseminate into the water, forming like a gray film on the top, a thick film.
Oh god.
Slowly, it starts to sink down.
Let's get out of this dome, guys.
And at this point, you see the bird that you saw earlier, perched up, kind of on the balcony area here in one of the... Oh, let me get my clicker. In this area. And it's looking down, and it goes... And it just sits there.
I can't... Can I understand
It's
what it's
giant.
saying?
This bird is like 12 feet tall.
Can,
It's like
can I
a
understand
12-foot
it,
raven.
what that comment?
Sorry, what? Kaylie?
Can I understand what the comment? What he just said? I can't talk to him, but I can understand.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Yes.
Said, of course.
Does the bird look like it's gonna try to hurt us, or is it just looking at us?
Just looking.
Okay, I would like to. Since I form tackled him, I'm probably right over here. I would like to grab Garathor's hand and just start running around towards the door, and just kind of look at everyone else and be like, and start pointing.
Guys, she's trying to tell us to go.
Let's go.
Alex and Iranae make another Constitution saving throw.
No, I refuse.
It's to see if you can shrug it off.
Okay then.
Now she's gonna get something bad.
Alright. Iranae,
Never
you're
fight
babbling.
the DM.
You're
Never
babbling.
fight the DM.
Your babbling stops. Alex, you continue to not have your voice. It's been about 10 minutes or so since you lost your voice, and this second check happened.
We are making our way out.
Okay. Towards the eastern entrance?
Yeah.
Okay. As you guys start to head over to the eastern entrance, you hear a voice from the second level, and you all turn. And out of the bird's mouth, you hear, "The queen will see you now." And it flies off.
I look at the party.
Wait, did we all hear that or just Alex?
All of you. It says it in common. In a
Oh.
dark, clear voice.
I like just stop, like in my foot. Like I heard a bird. I just heard a bird. Like, all right, guys, and like we're in different areas. All right, guys, let's go back and talk to the queen, I guess. And like I rub Alex's like lung box, her like vocal
Voice
cords.
box.
That was a
My
one medicine
lung
check for sure. A lung box.
Wow. Yeah.
I rub it with some olive oil, just being like, please. And I'm trying to use like some friction. Be like, come on, warm it up.
Try to slap him away. I am pissed at Garathor right now, and I'm just still trying to make my way to the exit towards the flowers. Because fuck it, if the queen, they said that the queen was by the flowers, so it's time to go.
Okay.
I stop while she keeps running. I'm like, all right, let's talk to the queen.
You guys make your way out, and you see, much like the dimensions of this whole area, another domed pillar. This one a little bit bigger than the last one you were in, that housed the nest in the tree, which you originally saw. And you see the bird actually perched kind of up on the dome area, and it kind of makes its way around kind of in a protected area, kind of towards the back of the dome, but you see it perched up there and just looking at you.
I glare at the bird.
I stride confidently across the courtyard. We
I
have
do
an,
the same with Iranae.
yeah, we have an
I follow.
appointment now. We are expected.
I would like to whisper loudly on the other side of the building, be like, bird, where is the queen?
I am just following Iranae. I'm ignoring Garathor at this point.
Garathor, this side.
Oh, okay. And then I go, and I go, my head is low, and I will stand in the back for sure.
Okay. Are you guys ascending the stairs?
Yes,
All right, with confidence.
with
We will be
confidence.
By the queen.
I've already
This
won
is-
over a princess. I've got this queen handled.
All right. A bell-shaped dome appears. The dome of this one appears intact. It has no obvious holes in the roof, and there's a bronze double door that hangs squarely in its frame. The doors are closed.
I just look at Iranae and I mime knocking.
Okay.
You don't have a voice, your hands still work.
Well, she's in front of me.
Yeah, I will take, because I am very small. I'll take like the hilt of one of my daggers and knock on the stone, so
Okay.
that it'll actually be audible.
Ching, ching, ching. Rings out, and it echoes throughout this whole chamber. The bird kind of makes its way around. You see it kind of doing its bird scoot. And it says, "Enter."
I open the door.
All right. So,
As we're kind of like walking forward a little bit, I'll like look at the party and be like, hey guys, I know this is my fault. Do you want me to go first so I can die? Because like,
Garathor, I think you need to shut your mouth for this one, buddy.
Two
fair.
angry women in the lead.
that's fair.
Don't-
Okay.
Don't speak unless you're spoken to, and when you speak, do it with the utmost respect.
Okay.
the single large chamber inside the dome is obviously a royal apartment. or was, centuries ago. Now the bright floral murals are dim and gray. Bits of colored glass are heaped beneath a cracked mosaic. Enameled wooden tables are split and tilting, and every bit of cloth is frayed and streaked. At the center of the room, a long divan stands atop a circular dais. Reclining on the divan is a woman dressed, and this is actually towards the back of the chamber, I should say. Reclining on the dais is a woman dressed in a flowering robe made from parrot feathers in stunning colors. Despite the heat, her arms, head, and face are covered in feathery veils. Next to her, a black orchid grows out of a large clay pot in a gardener next to the base of her throne. She addresses you in a voice tinged with odd inflections. Strangers have come to Nangalore, my love. What boon do our subjects seek? And you guys make your way in.
She referred to who as her love? She's talking to the bird? All right.
Okay.
I will take a step forward and give a deep, courtly, sweeping bow. Greetings, Your Highness. We thank you for gifting us with an audience.
Yes, it has been a while since we've had visitors here in Nangalore. Right, my love?
I'd like to think behind Iranae, like Alex and Ignatius and Garathor are kind of like, no, right here, like standing in a straight line, like 3 back, and then Iranae in front representing the group right now.
But like we're clumsy, and Alex is like yelling
Garathor,
at us.
get your ass up
Alex
here.
is like trying to yell at me because like I'm not in line fast
Except she
enough.
can't talk.
But she
So-
can't talk, and so she's like just
Honesty.
miming. She's just like miming words at me, and since she knows that she can't be heard, she's like
Yeah.
actually screaming at me.
The Three Stooges and
Yeah,
one-
yeah.
Right.
And Mr. Bean. in
Most what Alex is probably doing is standing like 2 steps in front of you two, letting you two be idiots behind her while she looks around and just looks forward. Puts on her best manners.
Like,
And then I
Garathor,
I-
stand up straight.
Iranae,
I whisper over. I whisper. I very, very much need this to be a whisper, but I look over at Ignatius. Be like, yo. When in royalty, just shut up. Dad's book.
that doesn't rhyme. Iranae,
It's the
Go ahead.
only
It's
sentence
the only
in
one
the
that
whole book
doesn't
that
rhyme.
doesn't rhyme.
It's like, when near royalty, shut up.
Shut
Iranae, what do you say?
As you have said, we come to ask you a boon.
Most do.
A great curse has fallen upon the land. Not just this island of Chult, but across the entire world. Many are sick, many are dying. And we're trying to stop it. But we're running out of time. And we need to reach Omu as soon as we can. We have discovered a means that would let us travel there very, very quickly. But it requires the use of a black orchid.
Ah. You're not the first that has come seeking my prize. You know, there are none like it throughout the world. And she points down her hand to the garden, and you see these like 3 beautiful black orchids blooming in this garden basket at the foot of her throne to the side. She says, well, she kind of eyes up each and every one of you, and you see her taking a moment, sizing you up. Adventures have come to my realm. This is indeed exciting, my love. Well, tell me a story. Impress me. I have not seen the outside world in quite some time.
I go.
Tell me a
Shakes her head
tale
no.
of something worth speaking.
Alex holds up a middle finger behind her back to Garathor, just trying to get him not to say anything.
Like you can tell there's like words bulging in my mouth. But I know that I have, and then I swallow it.
Paul, can we see on the map where they are, or is that still blacked out for us?
This is theater of the mind.
Beautiful.
It's a chamber. It's round. It's in very good shape. There's the throne with a couch. A divan, and she's reclined on it, like looking very relaxed. There's the 2 planters next to her throne with black orchids in it, and you see the bird kind of up in the rafters, peeking through one of the very few small holes. He's kind of inside though.
Reach behind me and just kind of pet Duck on the head with my finger.
So, what have you for me?
As a player, I was not expecting to improv a story off the cuff, so give me just a moment.
Honestly,
do we want to do like a 3-minute break?
No. And it doesn't have to be Iranae.
I'm bulging at the eyeballs.
Alex is still telling him to shut up, but she does look at Ignatius.
Someone has to speak up. She's literally waiting there right now, and as a DM, this is kind of someone's got to go.
Well, tell me, my queen, what kind of tale? And I change my accent with my high intelligence. What kind of tale would you enjoy? One of love, one of mystery, one of action, one of glory.
As I said, there's a lot you can tell about a person based on the story they tell. I want you
There's
to impress.
probably a lot you don't know since
I
you
do
haven't
not
have
like
visitors.
being interrupted, by the way. Let's skip that. What kind of gifts do you have to offer me?
Alex will step forward. And she will walk to the queen. Carefully, with her head bowed. She will reach into the backpack and pull out... Sorry, guys. Pull out the robe with the symbols on it. And she will hold it out. Just kind of present it with a bow.
What was that again? What object?
Rope of useful objects.
Robe of useful objects.
She takes a look at it and says, I've seen these robes before. Not bad. But I'm not impressed.
She will hold up her finger and smile. And she'll reach into her backpack and she will pull out the wooden Ozeon ship that her father carved for her. And she will hand it over. And then she'll take out her journal and right. This was given to me by someone in my life I didn't know I had. It's by far my greatest treasure, and when I can speak again, I would love to tell you the story.
As you guys are sitting in the throne room door, you hear kind of a slight on the stairs behind you, and you see another bird, the same type, but a second one, and it kind of clips past you. It's huge. It's a good 6 feet taller than you guys, and it seems to look a little bit to your left and right, but just walks past you. Walks up to Alex and leans its wing down and grabs the journal and brings it up to the queen. The queen takes a glance at it, and the bird also takes the object as well. The queen reads the note, looks at the object and studies it. It's nice. I don't know if it impresses me, though. I've seen many ships in my days. Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
While she's rolling this, is this queen wearing a crown?
She is not. Well, there's veils over her head. You can't see a crown under the veils. They're pretty thick.
Okay.
It's like a feathery veil, like made of parrot feathers. Her dress is also made of parrot feathers, but there's like feathers woven into it. It's very weird. I mean, it almost looks like Cousin It. Like she's covered in veils right now. She takes a look at the boat once more, reads the letter, and says, I don't know about a gift, but this is certainly a tale worth telling. I accept it. Thank you. Then she looks at the rest of you and says, have you seen my gardeners? You know, if you really want my black orchid, I am in the market for more.
Can I speak now? The last time I interrupted you. And I did not mean to, my fair lady. You wanted a tale? I have plenty of tales. You want a gardener? I know people who love flowers. Essentially, what does it take for us to acquire one of these orchids? If it's gold, we have it. If it's tails, we have it. If it's gardeners, debatable.
Well, do you have gardeners or not? Rude one.
I can find you 14 gardeners across the island of Chult, and I will sell their souls directly to you.
I have no doubt in my mind that you would do that. However, there's only one gardener I can take on right now, and that happens to be you.
Well, this seems like we're at an impasse. So
It does,
orchid,
doesn't it?
Orchid? Fairy fire? Fireball? It's your call. What would you like?
Are you threatening me?
You just threatened me, madame.
I asked if you wanted to be my gardener.
Your gardeners have no souls. And I do not look good in blonde.
It is a long sentence. I merely asked, though.
I can garden. But for how long?
Well, we'll see, won't we?
No, that's a question, not a foreseeable future kind of scenario.
Can I just take a step forward at this point?
Do you know what this place is called? And she stops looking at you, Garathor, and looks to the rest of you. It is Nangalore. The Garden of Lost Dreams. I lost someone dear to me long ago. I do not like this one at all, and she points to Garathor, but I can see that your quest is important. I will give you one last chance, and we all may toast to the greatest dreams that we've had. I know you've started to share your dreams, but I would like to hear from each of you. What is your dream? And then I will decide. And she claps her hands, and that same bird that kind of like walked her up the journal kind of disappeared back behind her throne and brings out, you kind of see this is very awkward for a bird, but you see a bottle of champagne and some glasses. And this bird kind of awkward, like it does its bird step, and it has it on its wing, it's balancing this platter, and walks up to the throne first, and she grabs one of the glasses, and then walks over to you guys, and you see this like pink, sparkling, bubbly champagne, and she says, "This is the nectar of the gods. May all our dreams come true. Will you toast with me and tell me your dreams, each of you?" And she drinks hers first. And at this point, you guys kind of grab the glass, but you at least take them, I assume. And she says, "My dream," as she drinks it, "my dream is for redemption. Do you guys believe in redemption?"
I have to.
Your dreams, please.
Real quick, can I sniff the champagne just subtly, just to see if it's poisoned?
Make a perception. 20. Is your medicine check the same? I'm deciding what check would ascertain poison.
No. Perception's much better. I think I'm looking. I know I said poison specifically, but I'm just kind of looking to see if it's funky.
Okay. Well, with a perception check, you give it a smell. It's very bubbly. Are you proficient in medicine?
Negative.
Okay.
I would be investigating it the same way, for what it's worth.
Okay.
And I'm proficient in medicine.
Perfect. All right, go ahead and make that roll. It's just too hard. Like, you smell it, and it smells bubbly, and it smells delicious, but I think if you taste it a little bit, maybe you could, like, just sampled it, you could actually ascertain whether it was poison without actually drinking it, but you can't do it just by smelling it.
I'm going to be in the back of the group, crisscross applesauce on the ground after I've grabbed my glass, and just set the glass next to me, as I'm not welcome.
Ignatius, you kind of look at its viscosity by tilting it in the glass and the light shining through. It seems a little funky. Please, your dreams.
While they're examining...
Oh. All right.
I just drink it. Came from the same bottle. She drank it. It's probably fine. And... to be honest, Your Highness, it's a simple dream that I have. I've always dreamed of returning home to Waterdeep. It's been a very long time since I was there, and I don't know how long it'll be, or if I'll ever make it back. But as much as my home is the sea, it's never quite been the same.
And what holds you back from this dream?
Fear. I know what happened there, but as long as I'm not there, I can pretend it didn't.
Well, Iranae, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. And I need you all to roll initiative when we come back from a 5-minute break.
All right,
Rage!
we are back at the Emerald Dragon. We have no idea what Garathor's battle strategies are going to be, but we're in a fight now. God help us all. Take it away, Paul.
I am bringing you guys over to a different map, which will be more conducive to what is about to happen.
Oh, God. I don't like it. Does anyone have, like, a time spell we could just go back, like, 10 minutes ago?
So go ahead and position yourselves near the door where you would... The
Which
southern
door?
door. The southern door.
I'm sorry,
back.
Brad. This isn't Mage the Awakening. If this was Mage the Awakening, then yes, we could do that.
If this was Settler of Catan, I'd buy your sheep right about now, Luke.
We're fine, guys. We're fine. Don't worry about it.
I would say... Okay. I would say Ignatius... Make a... Well, it's going to be intelligence-based, but... Actually, all of you make a general intelligence check.
Including me?
All of you. Except for Iranae, you make it with disadvantage, because you are poisoned. Whoa, that was horrible. Okay.
We're so down.
So
we all turn to stone.
very soon, it will be revealed that this is indeed a Medusa, but none of your characters really have any knowledge of it and know if there's anything in your own players' minds that say, "Oh yeah, this is," your characters do not know that.
Don't know.
However, you will find out very quickly, and you need to roll the most important initiative that you've ever rolled, because anyone that goes before her might have some opportunity to act. But if you go after her, you will not have that opportunity.
Don't like that.
Oh, I'm all about it.
Come on, random number generator.
Just quick question, Paul.
Yeah.
I am poisoned specifically. Is that correct?
You are, yes. You have the poison condition.
Okay, so I am not charmed or some other effect.
No.
That is so much better than I expected it to be.
Come on, Nat 2.
No, she literally just poisoned the glass and drank it herself because she's immune to it.
3, 2.
Why did I not fucking just interrupt everybody else to do the paints? Why?
Oh, 6.
We're so bad at D&D.
So
Nope.
that is...
Wait.
Well, we're good.
You
We're
rolled a
good. She
6
rolled
for
a 6,
initiative?
and I got a 10, and Alex got a 17.
Ignatius got
So
a
now
3.
it's up to Iranae. Iranae.
The lowest possible initiative I can roll is a 7. So
Is initiative an ability check?
I believe so. So I will be rolling at disadvantage, but I have a plus
But
6.
you still
She has
can't.
a +6.
You still can't
is
get
it an
below it.
ability? Can I use a lucky point on initiative?
I think so.
So I have a 15.
She says, "I think so." No
Oh,
player's
thanks.
handbook in her hand.
Thanks, Kaylie.
I mean,
If
isn't it
initiative-
on like all rolls?
If initiative is an ability check, then I would be able to use it, but that's it seems like a gray area.
It does. I'm looking it up right now because I love these. I actually really do like these surprising rules.
Like, but does this rule work this way? I love when you go to
When
like.
combat
Initiative-
starts, every
yeah.
participant makes a dexterity check to determine their place in the initiative order.
So dexterity is a check, is a ability.
It is an ability check. So yes, you can.
I'm gonna use a lucky point.
Learning new things every day.
All right.
No, I love the rules that they're like. Even if you go to Reddit, like there's no clear answer. Like nobody really knows. It's just based on how they ran their one shots and shit. Like I fucking love it.
All right. Well, that dice roll really helped you guys a lot. However, yeah, you kind of get a free round of action before she acts, and we'll kind of see because, yeah, like I said, your characters really have no idea what is in store. So with that, feel free to load up your favorite combat music. I'm gonna listen to this epic battle music once
How about
again.
you give us yours, Paul?
I just
You
did.
give us yours.
I
There
just
we
did.
go.
He just did.
But feel free to listen to whatever you want because this is an epic battle. All
Oh,
right.
God.
Initiative order is up. Garathor, you got a 10, right?
Yes.
Ignatius,
Click
what was
on my
your new
character and do it again.
12?
I don't
12.
have. There we go.
Alex is 17,
Mm-hmm.
and Iranae is
15. I already adjusted for the
Nice.
lower roll.
okay. Perfect. And Queen Zalcore is 6. And I do have to roll one more. Okay. Alex, your first act.
Okay.
The queen is sitting there
Um,
on the throne. And you see her start to lift off her veils. That's all she's doing, but you're quicker.
Okay. Immediately. So I have my voice back, correct? I cough. I
You do. You
for the
cough
viewers.
off
Okay.
the poison. I mean
Okay.
whatever was affected. The allergies it kind of was actually.
Awesome. Knowing that she's about to pull some bullshit, I just cough and go, all right, that's it. And I would like to conjure animals.
Okay.
I would like to conjure 8 beasts, and I would like to concentrate and try to summon 8 flying creatures. I can place them within.
Yeah. You can do 8 beasts, but it's going to be random whether it's flying or not.
Well, last time I was able to summon the owls.
I know, but that was a particular flying. Sometimes
Okay.
I'll let you do flying if that's the
Only option.
or if it's swimming, I might do that as well just cuz I'm nice. But otherwise it's going to be random.
Okay, that is totally good. All right, I will summon 8 creatures, and I will put them at the base of her feet, and I will want them to like crowd her as much as possible, making her movement and her line of sight incredibly challenging.
Okay.
That's what I would like to do.
You can do that. Roll. Right. Thought I had these in order. They're actually not helping. Okay, go ahead and roll
Spell.
D100.
D100. 39.
Okay.
No C9.
And you are summoning
39.
eight D1
Eight.
or 8 1/4 challenge animals.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What you summon? Yeah, that's a good one. With the 39, according to this sheet, is going to be 8 boars.
Ooh, okay.
Wild boars, like pig-like things with Pumbas, pretty much with tusks. And for this battle, I am gonna put them in a swarm token, so they are all gonna be together, and they will slowly get pecked off, and I'll take away attack ability then. But yeah, for now they'll just be in a swarm token.
All right. Are you also taking my mighty summoner options as well?
Your mighty summoner enhances the creatures, makes their
Correct.
damage
They
magical.
get,
Yep.
And then 2 extra hit points per hit die. I don't know how that works with the swarm, but they're strong, baby.
2 extra hit dice.
2 extra hit points per hit dice.
Okay. And since they are the smallest animal, and 2 extra points, so they each have 13 hit. So you have
Not
8
bad.
13 hit point boars.
That are just making her life really challenging.
And how far can you summon that?
I believe my range is 60 feet. I saw that. And
Look
then
at this token. It's a bunch of pigs.
It's a bunch of pigs.
It's a bunch of pigs. Sorry, I lost my spell. Where's my
I
spell?
am not a pig. I'm a warthog.
60 feet.
Ah! Look at the pigs. Okay.
I'm pretty sure those
A
are
bunch
sheep.
of pigs rushed
I'm
up.
pretty sure
Yeah,
those are sheep.
which is really freaking weird.
How dare you fuck this D&D experience up?
Piggies.
Okay. And since you guys all go together, I am just gonna say that the pigs go well. I'm gonna say that the pigs go next round. After this round, they'll attack because they are rolled initiative separately, technically.
Goddamn Charlotte's Web up in here.
Okay.
I just said, go, Wilbur.
That is your action. Anything else you'd like to do?
Movement. Potentially. Yeah, I would like to take my movement of 30 feet. This statue right here, is this object right here something you can duck behind?
It is, yeah. It's a pretty big well. Or, yeah, like a fountain. A fountain.
Okay, I would like to take my 30 feet and hide behind the fountain, just kind of put my back up to it.
Okay. You have cover, but you're not hidden.
Okay.
That brings us to Iranae.
I will take 30 feet of movement to move right here. And I will reach down into my belt pouch using my action, and I will bite down on one of my 2 remaining wild root.
Ooh.
All right. This strange Chultan, that was very smart. This strange Chultan remedy. You press it into your mouth and chew it. It tastes terrible. It tastes like roots and just awful. But after chewing it for a little bit, you feel recovered, relieved, and you feel the poison kind of seeping out of your pores rapidly. And the poison condition is removed from your body through this Chultan remedy.
All right. Now, is this an actual door like the south one?
Yes.
Or is it just... Okay, there's a door there.
That leads down to the pool.
Yes, but is it like a physical door, or is it just
it's
like
a closed bronze door, just like the other one.
Okay, I will take my bonus action to dash. I will use 10 feet of movement to get up to this door and try and push it open.
Since it is a heavy door...
Oh, would that be an action?
It would be an action.
Alright, then I will just use my remaining 20 feet of movement. I'll use 10 of it to go right here.
Okay. That brings us to Ignatius.
Are those pigs right there for reals?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I point my finger and I say, "Blessings of Kasuth upon you," as a flash of bright white energy goes out, and from the point right before or right behind the queen, she becomes just swarmed in this ball of fire as I cast Fireball.
Yeah, because of the back limits of this, I don't think you can do that without hitting the pigs, unfortunately.
If some of the pigs go down, that's a risk I'm willing to take.
Okay.
Pork chops are on the menu tonight, everybody.
Yeah, that is...
Once we kill, we will feast.
If the room had more room, or the wall was further behind, I would allow the
I'm
cast
totally
to be behind
cool
her.
with hitting the pigs.
Okay,
They need to make dexterity save, please.
Shema-
Okay.
Oh god, I see Ignatius and I'm like, Ignatius, no! Not my piggies!
DC 15. All right, well, it's going to be half damage.
I need you to make 8 dex saves.
8
Kaylie.
deck saves.
8?
8.
What's my piggy's dexterity?
You're the one who cast them.
Oh, I don't have their stats in front of me. He
It's
does.
+0, and you should look up the stats.
Damn.
That is
What
the worst
is
roll
that?
of all
Look at
time.
that.
So there's one perk to this.
The pigs will
Any
survive.
pigs that make their save will survive.
What's the shortcut roll? The rolling. How do I put the roll thing?
/ roll
Type-
space the number you want to roll D20.
8d20, no plus or
Yeah,
anything.
8d20 will work.
And
it's
then, if
it's
you want to add the modifier.
/ roll
There is no
space
modifier.
8D.
Oh,
There is
yeah,
no
then yeah.
They're +0. 94, you holy shit.
Hey, that's
That's-
2 saves.
That's only
2
2.
saves.
2 pigs survive as this fireball smashes into Zik. Actually, I do have to roll more saves as well.
Oh.
The queen takes 9 points of fire damage, and I go try and hide behind this shit with Alex.
So it's
I just look at
9
Ignatius like,
saves.
kill my pig! Do you understand how high level that spell is?
Alex, it's us or the pigs.
I was using the pigs to help us!
What's another
Wait, what did you just roll
6
for?
saves coming from?
What did you just roll for?
You'll find out very soon.
Oh, fuck me.
6
Um,
stone
okay.
pigs.
So you have 2 pigs left with 13 hit points. No, sorry. How much damage do they take? 9. So they have 4 hit points. Queen Zalcore gets hit with a fireball. She does save. She takes 9 points of damage. And
She
you
waits for my
see
turn.
her... I mean, this is still a huge fireball. You see the planters start to erupt in flames. At least half of the flowers are gone.
Of the black irises?
the black orchids. Perhaps one could be salvaged, but it looks like time will tell. Queen
Forgot about
Zalcore
that.
screams out in pain as fire just erupts and burns her veil. And unfortunately, it does cause everything to erupt in flame. She is on fire. Her veil burns away. She screeches in pain. And all of a sudden, emerging from this mask, you see... If you guys have played Diablo 2 and seen, like, the creatures with a bunch of, like, shit, like, waving behind them, like a bunch of tentacles...
Oh, yeah.
6 snake heads emerge from her. And they're huge. They're like 30 feet long snakes. And they're all turning and hissing at you guys. And she screeches out in terror. But at this point, you can see her face. I need everyone to make Constitution.
It's not even her turn. Fuck.
If I'm facing the other direction, hiding behind the fountain, do I still need to make one?
Constitution save throw. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, Alex and I are behind the thing.
Yeah. Are we? Is
I
Paul's
fail.
paused for
I
anyone
just
else?
fail.
Frozen. You still there, Paul?
Quick, let's grab the flower and go.
We lost Paul.
Paul is
yeah.
typing.
Grab
He's
an
typing.
orchid.
My computer froze. All
Grab an
right.
orchid. We're going. We're leaving.
Pause the stream. All right, guys. Technical difficulties.
We're gonna go to a quick break while we resolve our technical difficulties.
All right, everybody, and welcome back to D&D, where our pastor's computer does not work, and the points don't matter, and the characters are the only thing that do. So, here we go. Bring it away, Paul.
Paul, we asked a question before you disappeared. Ignatius and I have cover behind the statue. Do we still need to make con saves?
You do, unfortunately.
Sounds good.
Holy shit! Are you kidding me, guys?
Oh, no!
Can I...
There's gotta be a spell, right?
Can I take a free action as whatever this effect is settles in?
What do you want to do?
Because I'm
I would say no.
assuming that this is us getting turned to stone. That is my assumption as a player.
I don't think there's any free action you can take at this point, so I'm gonna go ahead.
What if it was already in my hand? You know what? No, it's fine. Never mind.
And
We're
a
not
Nice try there, buddy.
Alex, Iranae, and Garathor immediately turn to stone. They have no movement. Their characters turn completely black.
You skipped my turn.
This happened when her veil was burned away, and it specifically says on Medusa's that as soon as eyesight is achieved, whenever that might be, even if it's not her turn, that happens. It
Fuck
specifically
you.
says that.
Fuck you, Kasut. Fuck you, Kasut.
And assuming that you are all fighting her, and you were looking her way to some degree, even if you were taking cover.
Yeah, no, I get it. No, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
And it is now the Ebley's turn.
What is that?
It's called Tomb of Annihilation.
The birds swoop down towards Ignatius. get nice and close. They see a statue of Alex. Actually, this huge bird kind of perches on Alex's stone body.
Oh,
And-
was Duck turned to stone too?
Duck's
Roll a
not even
Constitution
in.
save for Duck.
Duck's not even here.
Oh god,
Duck never
I
made
don't
it.
even know.
Duck survived the thunderstorm. She's not even an Angler.
Duck is a duck. Their
Duck is a
constitution
seagull.
modifier is either
Anyway, while this happens,
-1 or -2.
I'll just say -1.
they actually both cast mirror image on themselves. So now there is 8 birds
4.
surrounding Ignatius. And that brings us to Zalcore's turn.
Am I a statue?
No, but you were the one that cast the fireball when all this took place. Oh,
You killed
yeah, I
me.
suppose you would have still had your movement. I'm sorry, I kind of jumped the gun there.
Well, it was her turn, and then the birds, and then if we're...
No, it was your turn when this whole effect thing took place, because you burned away her veil, and she was revealed.
Oh, son of a bitch. All right.
So actually, before these birds, they are going to cast mirror image. Spoiler alert! But you can take your
Got it.
movement before they do this.
Well, my movement was to go behind the thing and take cover.
Okay. Then that thing happens. They cast mirror image, and now it is Zalcore's turn. For the first time. There
He
are
has 2 pigs.
2 pigs left, and you see the snakes jut out and attack the pigs. They're all going to attack the pigs this turn. There are 6 snakes. Plus 5. Boars have AC of 11. So 1 misses. Those pigs are fucked. I'm not even going to roll damage.
Barbecue
These
baby.
snakes just eviscerate pigs. Like you see pig flesh being torn. Actually, the pigs should actually roll a con save for being turned to stone, but they're gone. And Zalcore gets out her longbow in addition to this and takes a shot at Ignatius. Anything you want to do?
Yeah. Well, I'm behind cover. I think I was trying to go for total cover behind that. Firstly.
Okay. Well, if you were behind cover, after that, she's going to move over after her snake's attack.
Okay, I'll do warding flare.
Okay. And the bird is there. I'll give you half cover in addition to that. So I'll be -2. So warding flare. So go ahead and mark that down as your first use. And she will attack at disadvantage. Natural 1. Complete miss. But she does take another shot.
All right.
Warding flare? Oh, you can only use it once. It's a reaction.
Yeah, I might use a lucky point if I need to.
Oh, shoot. I rolled 2. 17.
Yeah, I'll use a lucky point. I think
Go ahead.
I get to roll that.
You do.
13.
13 plus longbow.
Plus
5.
anything will be a hit. Yeah. All right.
18. All right. That is 1d8 plus 2 piercing. 5 piercing. And 12 poison. They are poison-tipped arrows as she touches one of the snake heads behind her and fires. Oh, I forgot to say, I don't think this really affects the boars, but, oh no, on her turn. Sorry. Okay. I messed up a little bit. 2 of the snake heads actually regenerated on the beginning of her turn. And a bunch of them were killed in the fireballs. That's why I rolled all those d20s before for their saves. So there's 4 snake heads on her right now. The rest were killed by fire. But she regenerated 2 this round. All right. That brings us to Ignatius.
All right. Well, I want to kind of go around the bird, not leaving its area. I want to be face to face with the queen. And I just want to raise my hands. I say, all right, it's over. I'm not going to fight you. I am sorry about the flames. You understand, though, right? My friends, they're in great danger. I'm sure you've been in a similar situation.
Her snakes go, they're still swarming and look very angry.
Yeah, I would be pretty angry, too. I understand. Well, I think the plight of the land at the moment, it affects you too. The world's gonna end. We're the best shot at fixing it. My friends, if there's any way you can restore them, take me. I will work in your gardens. I will do whatever you wish. They need to go forth and carry out this mission.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
I need to use a lucky point.
Shit.
That was my last one.
That still means he's dead.
She says, "You really want to keep us company? It could be a very, very long time."
To glorify the Lord of Flames, Kastuth, I would do anything, and this is the only option. Please.
She reaches out her hand and beckons you forward.
I approach her.
You see one of her snakes kind of in the back of her head reach out, and you see a bulb, and it starts to approach you. She says, "Turn around."
I drop my backpack and anything, my shield,
Ching,
and
ching, ching, ching.
I turn around and stare at my stone companions.
The pod comes down, touches the back of your neck, and you see her wave her hand. All 3 of you are no longer stone. You see Ignatius in front of you. You see a queen with a snake head right behind her, and she says, "A deal has been made. You may leave Nangalore. And guess
Ignatius!
what?
Ignatius!
And guess what?
Ignatius!
I will even throw in one of my orchids. However, your cost was great today. Brad, what are Ignatius's final words?"
I say, Garathor, Alex, Iranae, carry the torch forward and rid the world of this filthy stain.
With that, you see a look come over Ignatius. One very similar to the gardeners that you saw before. Ignatius turns and starts plucking the dead orchids from the field with a blank look over his eyes. And he plucks one black orchid and brings it over to you, Garathor, and hands it to you.
I look at this orchid, and I look up at my brother, knowing exactly who my brother is. I know exactly who Ignatius is, and I know that he has sold something more valuable than I can hold personally in my hands. And I know with my intelligence that if I were to try to fight this battle, that it would just make it all in vain. And the only thing to make my brother's value worthwhile is to fly. I say, Ignatius, you are not drowned in obliteration. You will be risen in glory. And I will take you and your mother and our same father. I will make sure that the known name of Peace and Kasuth are known. And I fight everything. I'm gonna do my own Constitution save, honestly.
Fail.
I will not be anchored by beasts around me. I
Good.
must leave this place now. No, brother. No. And that's crying for Iranae or Alex to come comfort me while I'm on the ground with the black orchid.
Alex will walk over to Garathor and grab him by the arm and just kind of look at Ignatius and look up at the queen. Grab Garathor and start walking out the door. Trying to pull him along.
Iranae?
I pull out the paints before I go. And I, on the wall, I paint that same black orchid twined around a symbol of Kasuth. With a chain. And as it manifests, I put it around his neck.
You guys all walk out. If you have any drinks in your hand as players, I invite you to raise a glass to Ignatius.
My adult beverage is empty, but water, good and pure. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, everyone.
Oh, God.
As we're walking out, and I'm pulling Garathor with me, I just look at him and I say, I promise, when this is done and the world is safe, I'm coming back for him. I'm not going to let him die here. He's not going to stay. I promise.
I grab her by the neck piece. And I pull her in close, and it's very aggressive at first. But I pull her in close. We saved the world. Then we kill that fucking hag. And then my brother will be shattered into dust pieces. He will not be a gardener. And I let go, and I look off.
That is where we will end tonight's episode as your characters wander off into the woods away from Nanglar.
All right. Well, I'm going to go cry for like 3 weeks. Thanks for tuning in tonight, everybody. Wow, what a crazy session. That was a ride. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. If you enjoyed our session tonight, go ahead and click that follow button. You'll get the notifications. We're also on YouTube. Type in the Emerald Dragon RPG. We upload all our videos and streams after they occur. Next week, we'll be playing Curse of Strahd. And the week after that, we will resume to the Tomb of Annihilation, I assume, with a new character. I got some work to do. But until then, my friends, be safe out there. Thank you so much again, and we'll see you next week. Peace.